Warning! The Stone Age Gamer podcast includes a lot of bad language. Cover your motherfucking ears.
Good evening and welcome to the Stone Age Gamer podcast. I'm Kris Randazzo, and joining me tonight is the answer to all of your questions, Dan Ryan.
Yes.
It is time.
I just say
once
yes
again,
now.
Yes.
That's what I
say
do.
Yes. You just say yes.
It's say
time
yes.
once again to bring out the old SAG bag and answer your burning questions, no matter how uncomfortable they make us. What we'll be facing down this time? Hide your kids, because the Stone Age Gamer podcast starts now.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
Hi, everyone. This is episode 588. It's the week of October 17th, 2025, and welcome. For anyone new here, this is the official podcast of StoneAgeGamer.com. Dan, and really, I don't know why. It's just, you gotta wonder at a certain point, how damaged are the people that run Stone Age Gamer?
Right?
That they listen to this and say, yeah, that can represent our brand.
That is what we want representing us.
Sign me up for more of that, please. And thank you. Dan and I talk every week about what's happening in the world of video games from a retro gamer's perspective, as well as whatever the hell else is going on in our lives. And speaking of which, how's it going?
Oh, it's okay. I'm still sick. So, I think last
you
week
had the plague earlier this week. I saw on Discord.
I mentioned at the recording last week that Penn was sick and Roddy was sick and Tiff was sick, and thankfully we all got it done after my birthday. But I knew it was coming for me, and boy has it. And I haven't quite gotten over it yet. I've gone to work all week, except for Monday. I took Monday off because I was like, "Fuck you, I just can't." I need to rest, and I feel better, but still not great. There's a lot of Spielkus in my Galeptikazoink, and I'm not super thrilled with that. But other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, the play was fine. Other than that one thing, We did have kind of a nice moment earlier this week. Penn and I started watching. We didn't get all the way through it because she is militant about when she has. I have to go shower, and she'll whatever we're doing. She'll just get up in the middle of it. It's 8:30. I have to shower. It's super weird. I'm like, you act like I beat you. I wonder what my life would be like if I did beat you. The house would be cleaner. But we started watching The Shining, and fuck, I love that movie. And I was very, very happy to see that she was loving the movie as well. And we're going to finish it this weekend. But it's the weirdest thing. Almost every time we start movies with the children, they're always like, okay, I've seen enough of this for now. I'll come back to the rest later. And I'm like, God, why is that every time? Every time we start a movie, you guys are like, I've watched enough and I will come back. I don't understand this new generation. And
the internet has done horrible things.
It really fucking has. It must just be an attention span thing. But yeah, it's really weird. That movie's fucking dope, though.
And I don't like it.
That's right. Have you ever seen The Shining?
I have seen The Shining.
What do you think of The Shining?
It stinks, and I don't like it.
Oh, really? Oh,
no. It was good. I didn't love it. I certainly didn't hate it by any stretch of the imagination, but I wasn't super into it. I don't really need to see a naked old lady running down the hallway.
But
other than that,
I don't not need to see that.
See, I actively don't need to see it. Kind of very specifically don't need to see that. No, it was good. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. We watched it for I think we watched it for the podcast ages ago, and that was one of those ones that I had never seen before, and then I watched it and was like, well, now I've seen that, and I understand the references.
It has provided perhaps my favorite moment ever in The Simpsons.
Right. I mean, the Simpsons shitting episode is
that entire little segment is just unbelievably great.
It's just television perfection.
Quite
Don't
boy.
mind if I do.
You stay in here until you're not crazy anymore. So fucking funny. Hey, Homa, me and the other ghouls, we're talking. Oh, fucking good. Oh, shit. Anyway.
I mean, I think other than the fact that I was... Look, we're in October, and it finally feels like October, and I am very thankful that that is the case. However, a couple of days ago, or not a couple of days ago, I guess last weekend, when I was putting out the Halloween decorations in 80-degree weather, I was not a thrilled person. I was not happy with that situation. It's been kind of hard to get into the spirit of the season because it feels like fucking summer outside. Like I should be at the beach with pumpkins. It's not okay.
Yeah, but, it was like living in Florida.
And I
swear to God, if I see Santa Claus in board shorts one more fucking time, I'm burning this entire state to the ground.
I want nothing to do with living in Florida. I want as little to do with Florida as possible.
Me
generally
too.
speaking. $8.50. I'm adding Little Medusa for Sega Genesis to our inventory because we got a whole bunch of games from Mega Cat Studios, and we had Little Medusa for Super NES and NES before, but we've never had the Genesis version. But now we do. I just added five of them to our inventory in a brand new listing with pictures. So there we go. Save. As of right now, October 10th at 7:21 p.m., Little Medusa for Sega Genesis is available at StoneAgeGamer.com. You're welcome, bitches.
Buy it.
Go buy it. Buy two in case one breaks.
That's right.
So I still have... Let's see, what else we got? What do I still have to add? Fork Parker's Crunch Out for Super NES. Old Towers for both Genesis and Super NES. Arcagus Revolution for Genesis. YM2612 Instrument Editor for Genesis. Tanzer for Genesis. Le Abaye des Morts for Genesis. Misplaced for Genesis.
Love that one.
And Kudzu, which looks like it's Game Boy, but it just says complete in box. So that's neat.
It's fun.
Yeah. And that's so I'm already like halfway done. I'm in the home stretch here, but I'm gonna stop at Little Medusa and add Fork Parker's Crunch Out probably on Monday when I get back to work because
what a great fucking name.
Right? I saw that and I
name.
needed to say it out loud. What kind of game is it, I wonder? Let's see. Let's go to Mega Cat's site. Fork Parker. Fork Parker's Crunch Out. The world's worst video game executive is at it again, tightening deadlines and demanding crunch time to stay on track and hit that release date. Fork Parker's Crunch Out is a collaboration between Mega Cat Studios, Devolver Digital, and Take This for the label's first ever Super Nintendo Entertainment System release starring the company's larger-than-life CFO, Fork Parker. The game aims to raise awareness of the all-too-real issue of game dev crunch through a playful look at the pressure of game development, exaggerated by the menace that is a game publisher executive. Devolver Digital is donating 100% of their profits from sales to Take This to support their ongoing efforts to raise awareness and combat mental health issues. Wow.
Well, that's awesome.
I was not expecting this to be genuinely fantastic. I want to look at some screenshots. Like, what kind of game is it? Kind of hard to tell from the screenshots. It's like a bunch of dudes at a desk doing all kinds of stuff. This looks like a platforming segment or something. Certainly looks interesting. Can I get... let's see. Features. Furious task management and questionable motivation tactics are your tools. Coffee, discipline, and shock treatment are all in play. Your team slips off their production schedule. Spend your profits from each game wisely. Do you invest in a new espresso machine to keep your dev team happy? Or buy some winged wingtips to help you zip around the office? Deploy strategic power-ups like unpaid interns working for exposure and mandatory overtime to stay on track and hit that release date. Take executive action in exciting and intense mini-games to keep the office in order. When the internet drops out of your beloved wife calls in, only Fork and his pet piggy bank, Pork Parker, can save Get the game and the bottom line. Love at this.
All of this.
This is outstanding.
Fabulous.
Quite. Well, that was fun. We've got a whole lot of show.
Fun.
We got a whole lot of show ahead of this tonight. So,
excuse me. I'm not tired.
Oh boy, I am.
He says, trying to convince himself he is, in fact, not tired.
So we were going to jump into week-old news to start things off because we've got the SAG bag, and that usually takes a while. Do you have anything super interesting to talk about Checkpoint related this week? Like any games you played that you just absolutely require discussion?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, me neither. I played some Castlevania to try to get myself into the spirits of the season. But I did build the Lego Game Boy. That was really cool. I got a video going up about that. It was really cool. It took me just under 2 hours to build the whole thing. I think I did a pretty good job on the video. I'm very proud of myself. So head over to the Stone Age Gamer YouTube channel and watch me build a Lego. It's not a 2 hour video. Don't worry. I did some fun editing. So it's only like 17 minutes long, but that's a really cool Lego set, and that was a lot of fun to build. So,
how did you feel, real quick,
yeah.
How did you feel about the way, because my complaint was that it looked like there were too many damn pieces on the front of it.
You know,
so
it all makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Yeah, the pieces that are there make a lot of sense as to why they're there because of the way the thing is built. It's meant to be built with an appreciation for all of the Game Boy as you're building it. So, the D-pad functions. There's like a rubber thing, so it feels like a D-pad. The buttons work like buttons because there's a rubber band involved. And
that's fun.
The different pieces are there because the inside of it looks like a Game Boy circuit board. They went all out with this thing. It's really cool. The game cartridges, it comes with 2 Lego game cartridges, one for Mario Land, one for Link's Awakening. Mario Land one looks like a little PCB inside. The Link's Awakening one is bigger and has a battery backup memory on it. They look like the actual boards for those games. So, yeah, it does look it looks a little over-designed when you're just looking at it from the front, I guess. But when you're building it, all the pieces that you're putting together make sense as to why they are there.
Well, that's great.
Yeah,
I love
that.
It's a
very, very well-designed thing. Love it to pieces. So we're gonna knock this out real quick. We're gonna do some week-old news, and then we're gonna dedicate the rest of the episode to the SAG bag, which means it's time for my favorite segment and your favorite segment, everyone's favorite segment. Strap yourselves in for week-old news. Welcome to week-old news, where we discuss all the news that was due a week ago. We now go live to our senior correspondent, Dan Ryan.
Thanks, Kris. The creator of Pitfall has returned to the Atari 2600 with a game called Rescue from Poseidon's Gate. Oh my god, this is not starting well, according to our friends over at Time Extension. Yes, David Crane, one of the most legendary developers, creators, one of the most legendary video gamers of all time, has a new 2600 game coming out that looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, right? The screenshots look really impressive on that.
Yeah. These look really, really good. And it's coming from Audacity Games. The pre-orders, are these pre-orders or is this when it's going on sale?
I believe
October
they're doing
22nd.
pre-orders. Okay. Also Audacity's been around for a little while now. They were formed by goodness gracious me. Now I can't find their history, but it was David Crane and Gary and Dan Kitchen, and their idea was to make new games for the Atari 2600, and they started with Circus Convoy, and then They came out with Circus Convoy, and then they announced Casey's Gold, and it was I want to say a couple of years before Casey's Gold ever actually materialized. There's also Alien Abduction. I don't even remember when that one came out. But Circus Convoy, Casey's Gold, and now Poseidon's Gate. And they're very much designed with the Activision mentality in mind. The old, good Activision mentality in mind.
Right.
Which is really cool. I've played a little bit of Circus Convoy. It's a very interesting game. I haven't touched Casey's Gold. But they're pretty cool. This is cool stuff. Makes me happy. Yeah,
it's really cool. I love the artwork that is going along with it is just very much of the Atari 2600.
Yeah,
like,
the Activision
this is obviously
stuff.
Yeah. This is obviously being made by people who have a deep love for this era of gaming. And that's awesome.
Yeah. Good stuff all around. Moving on, Push Square reports, I told you so, ex-FTC chair Lena Khan is having the last laugh over Xbox's Activision acquisition. Dominant firms become too big to care. I can't say it better than Push Square does here. It's a very short article, so I will just say everything that ex-FTC chair Lena Khan said would happen is happening. Those of you who follow the drama around Microsoft's unprecedented near $70 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard will recall Khan was one of the few voices against the buyout. She argued at the time that consolidation would lead to price increases and layoffs. A lengthy court case followed which concluded with the FTC losing and the acquisition going ahead. Khan became an increasingly divisive figure during the process, with some vocal fans urging her to step aside and allow the transaction to take place. Now, in the aftermath of 50% price hikes to subscription service Game Pass, Khan is having the last laugh. Writing on Twitter, she said, Microsoft's acquisition of Activision has been followed by a significant price hikes and layoffs, harming both gamers and developers. As we've seen across sectors, increasing market consolidation and increasing prices often go hand in hand. As dominant firms become too big to care, they can make things worse for their customers without having to worry about the consequences. Who could have possibly foreseen that? I mean, besides
boy, and everyone else that didn't make any money from it. Yeah, no, I'm shocked.
Yeah, and I'm I hate to see. I obviously hate the human cost. I really do, but I also don't hate to see them getting bitten by the consequences of their own actions. It's terribly unfortunate that there is such a human cost. But yeah,
it is. It really, really is.
Just garbage. And it's just going to happen to EA next. It's just going to keep getting worse and worse for these big old companies.
And you got to hope, like with EA at the very least, that they maybe sell some of the smaller studios off or allow them to like purchase themselves,
Yeah,
like, can we buy ourselves back from you kind of thing? We'll see. Next, in one of the stupidest fucking stories that we have, Polygon reports that GameStop's Shiny Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Legendaries giveaway continues to be a mess.
It sure as hell does. John wants these things so badly, and he can't get them without paying money on Facebook Marketplace and eBay, because just somehow scalpers have just gotten all of them.
Which is... So it's weird, right? So what this is that up until October 15th, you were supposed to be able to walk into a GameStop and get a code for Shiny Legendary Miraidon or Koraidon. Okay? And you were supposed to be able to just get the code. And that's awesome. Like, I don't think that there was... I mean, maybe you had to buy something, but like, okay, that's not...
They were supposed to be free.
I thought they were supposed to be free codes. Like,
yes, that was the whole thing. Some stores required you to buy something, which they weren't supposed to do, because they're just supposed to be... If you see, they used to do this back in the old days.
Yeah.
And you would just go into the store, and like with your DS, and as long as you went into the store, there was something in the store that would transmit the data to your DS. So it got people into the store, which was the point, but it also got them the Pokemon item, which was free. Like, that is a thing that we used to be able to do. Now, they started off by giving stores about 50 codes, like on cards. Like, okay, that's a physical thing, but sure, let's limit it to 50 per store for some fucking reason.
This
and those
free digital
instantly,
item,
right?
That doesn't matter.
Those all disappeared instantly, and then because they went almost exclusively to scalpers, like very few people that actually want these things, like, you know, fucking children,
right,
who can't get themselves to GameStop and wait outside for a free item when it opens because they're in school or some shit. They didn't get it. So they partnered with Pokemon to get 50 more per store, but they were just codes that printed on receipts. Why limit that then? If it's just codes being printed on, why are you limiting this? Just let everybody have them.
Well, and the question that I have to ask here, as someone who worked in multiple video game stores, as are you, as are our listeners, not all of them, but certainly a lot of them have worked in video game stores. If you were in a store today and that guy, and you know what that guy looks like, but that guy that you know is a fucking scalping piece of shit comes walking into your store and is like, I want all of the fucking Pokemon codes. Like, no, you can't have any. You can't have even one. I will decide. I will be the fucking arbiter here. And why am I not giving you a code? Why do you want to... And you can have my fucking district manager's number? Because you are wearing the fucking uniforms. You have on slides with tall black socks, you fucking asshole. Like, I know who you are. I know what you look like. Who is giving them all of these?
I don't know. The guy at my GameStop seemed pretty upset about it. Like, that a scalper got all of them. But, like... who gave them? Yeah, somebody gave them to him. Like, stop that. You don't need to be this way.
There are multiple accounts selling multiple codes.
Yeah, I'm looking at an eBay listing right now for 30 codes for $280.
Fuck you. You're like, how did that happen? You're doing it.
Cheapest I can find one is for $10, and it's like, I don't know. I don't want to spend $10 on a free thing that should have been free to bring joy to children. Fuck all the way off.
I mean, again, fuck those kids. But, like, you know, it's so odd. It's so very, very odd to me. I don't quite understand it. And just... can I say this? Maybe this has to get edited out of the show, but I don't know. I'm feeling froggy. If you're a scalper and you listen to our show, don't. Like, you're not our target audience. Or do continue to listen, but email us with the service you feel that you provide.
Or rethink
I
your
want to
life.
know. Yeah. Like, I want to know what it just... anyway. Makes me very angry. You provide nothing to the world.
You have created a middleman position for yourself. You are a professional middleman that has forced yourself upon us. And I hate it.
And you suck.
IGN reports... After epic journey lasting almost 15 years, YouTuber Kurt J. Mack has finally reached Minecraft's Far Lands. I don't understand this at all, so let's see here.
Me neither.
In an attempt so bodacious, it even has its own Wikipedia page, Kurt J. Mack kicked off his journey back in March 2011 after Minecraft creator Marcus Persson suggested it was impossible to get there. And while Kurt J. Mack may not be the first person to have reached the outer edges of the procedurally generated world, his attempt is one of the most famous, taking almost 15 years to achieve and crossing the line on October 4th. He even holds a Guinness World Record for the longest journey in Minecraft without using cheats or exploits, and has raised over $500,000 for charity. The Far Lands technically no longer exist, having been patched out of Microsoft ages ago, but they were discovered after a terrain generation bug created a strange wall-like structure, essentially signaling the very edge of the world. You can see the moment Kurt J. Mack realized he had reached the Farlands on his YouTube channel at 3 blah 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 blah. He thought he was getting close unless his balloons had been waiting there for over a decade. And after acknowledging the game felt a little laggy, the mythical wall came into view. Huh.
Neat.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was even a potential end to the borders of Minecraft. That's crazy. Huh. Well, good for that guy.
That's pretty nuts.
That's some pretty cool YouTube content. Good job.
It's something. I don't know that I'm going to go so far as to call it cool, but it is indeed YouTube content that somebody spent a long time on.
They sure did.
Go Nintendo reports that I forgot to read the headline. Nintendo drops Close to You animated short update. Pikmin connection confirmed. So Nintendo put out a really, if we're being honest, they're just like, everybody rips our shit off, so we're going to rip off Pixar. Look what we could do. And they put out this video on the what is it, Nintendo Today?
Yeah, it was the Nintendo Today app, and it wound up on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
It was
wound up on YouTube. It's
cute.
Adorable. Yeah.
But it was
and then
weird.
Everybody... Sure. Because everybody was like, all right, like, why, though?
Here's a baby.
Like, why'd you do that?
And things are floating around, and then the baby takes his first steps and hugs his mommy. The end. Now, eagle-eared listeners figured out pretty quickly, the music, that sounds very similar to Pikmin music. But there's nothing in the video. There are no Pikmin in the video. But then a day later, they release a version that has Pikmin all over it.
Yep.
Because.
So what is this promoting?
Nothing.
Who knows?
Nintendo, they confirmed today that it's not promoting anything. This is just a new animated short from that studio they bought a little while ago. Okay.
But, like, is it, though? Because, like, you don't do nothing for nothing. That was a terrible sentence. You don't do this kind of thing for no reason.
I mean, those Pikmin shorts that came out years ago, I think they were like in between Pikmin games. Or they were around Pikmin 3, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, who the hell knows? This is just a really strange thing to just kind of drop in the middle of nowhere here. Like, hey, we made an animated short because you bought us to make animated shorts, so here we are.
Yeah.
It was weird. It's cute.
It's cute. It's weird.
Apparently humans can't see Pikmin, which was why they released two versions of it. Apparently that's lore from Hey Pikmin or something. Things I did not know.
Or invisible to the naked eye or some shit like that.
No, they are.
I mean, I suppose they're also naked. Boobs. Pick boobs. Yeah, I don't know, man. I love Pikmin. I think that's awesome. But yeah, that's fucking weird.
It was a weird day. It's like, what is this? Why does this exist? It's cute, but why are you here? Very strange.
Yeah.
Time Extension reports you are vandalizing your own history. Taito caught using AI to undermine its gaming past. Research and art preservation are going to be such a nightmare. Oh boy. Yep. Let's see. I thought something seemed off about so there's a picture posted below. There was a picture posted that apparently was touched up with AI. So VG Densetsu on Blue Sky posted, I thought something seemed off about the image posted below. It's a photo that's been edited and colorized by AI. Please don't do that. And you can see the differences.
Don't.
Like, you can just look at it and be like, yeah, that's wrong. The font for Taito is wrong. Shapes are wrong. This guy's face is wrong. Like, what are you doing? Someone at Taito has taken a vintage black and white photo of Japanese players surrounding a Darius arcade cabinet and run it through Gen AI slot machine, producing a color image that changes several aspects of the original. I hate this. Why are you doing this? Oh, God, leave this AI nonsense alone. Just let people do the things that they're good at. Holy crap. I hate this nonsense. I was just talking to my friend the other day about how, like, every job that I've ever wanted to do has disappeared from underneath my feet. Like my career of being in video game retail, or my career of being a video game journalist or writer, neither of those jobs are jobs anymore. And like you just keep seeing that kind of stuff continue to be automated and get taken away from people doing the jobs, and you keep losing stuff. I was just talking to Karen at dinner tonight about how reading these stories for Week Old News, I can't tell you how many times in the last couple of weeks in particular I've run into tons of typos and like paragraphs being repeated. Like, it's so obnoxious because there used to be people to catch that kind of stuff. This used to matter, but quality just doesn't matter anymore, and it's so disturbing.
It does not.
It's so distressing.
It really is. As is our next story, Chris.
Indeed.
Push Square reports that Dead Space's Isaac Clarke is now in Skate, and he costs more than his PS5 remake. So, for those of you who don't know, EA, stand-up company that they are, recently unleashed a revived version of their skateboarding franchise, Skate, into the world. And wouldn't you know it, it is a free-to-play game, which means it is so fucking just chock-a-block with microtransactions. And currently, there is a bundle available that has a bunch of in-game items. You can get, and they all have to do with Isaac from Dead Space. And in this bundle, you get the engineering rig skin, slasher deck, Isaac's trunks, Isaac's wheels, a leper sticker, or a leaper sticker. I don't know because I've never played Dead Space. The marker sticker, stomp sticker, plasma cutter, necro stomp emote, and Isaac Clarke avatar. Now, in order to get all this stuff, you need to cough up 3,350 Sandvan bucks, Chris, which is the digital currency that you can acquire through real-life purchasing in EA's Skate. That works out to about $30 worth of digital currency. Except, I am on the Skate website right now. So we need to get to a total of 3,350 Sandvan bucks. So I can buy, 3,080 Sandvan bucks for $25, which would then put me still a couple thousand away, right? I need 3,350. So if I spend $25, I would still need to buy 3 of the 1,155 Sandvan buck bundles at $10 a piece. So that would put me at 25 plus 30. That would put me at $55 just for this one skin pack. Or, if I got it like that, I could spend $50 on the 6,490 point bundle. So I could $5 cheaper and more Sandvan bucks overall, but I'm still spending $50 at one time for fucking cosmetics. And like, on the one hand, cosmetics should be the only thing that these games charge for, right? Like when you're making a free-to-play thing, you shouldn't lock content or characters or that sort of thing behind a paywall. It should just be cosmetics. But you can also go onto most websites right now and get the PS5 remaster of Dead Space for about $20. So you can get that whole fucking game for less than the skin in this one. And that is fucking absurd.
Madness.
That's
pure
absurd.
Madness.
Like, again, please charge just for cosmetics. Fortnite has really gotten that right. They've really done that well. But, like, also understand they are still just cosmetics and they should not be that much fucking money. It's digital nothing. Like, what are we doing? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It brings me much unjoy. That's the opposite of joy.
Yes, unjoy.
Unjoy. Unjoylating.
Gross.
Here's something that's not gross. Nintendo Life reports Nintendo expands Switch Online's Super NES library with 3 more titles. I love this so much. And if I had more time, I would have spent time with these. First off, there's Fatal Fury Special. Neat. Second off, Bubsy in Claws Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh,
which, what?
With an Atari logo.
With an Atari logo added to it, which is super weird. But, like, you're selling that game. Why is it...
Yeah.
You just released that Bubsy collection. Why is this here? I'm not complaining. I'm not upset by it. I'm just confused. But the thing that genuinely excites me...
This is to tickle the balls of the Bubsy purchase. Like,
right.
This is so good that you're going to want to dive in for the whole fucking meal.
The whole Shabubsy bang.
The whole Shabubsy. That's right. Wasn't that an episode title a long time ago? The whole Shabubsy?
Maybe.
I think it was. Where are the listeners? Where is Kris? He's almost caught up. Or no, he's 2 weeks behind again.
There was Cathubsy. I remember Cathubsy, and we got like
Cathubsy was one. Yeah.
I wonder where that is. I feel like I have that official artwork somewhere.
I feel like the whole Shabubsy was a title.
Well, anyway.
God, if only these were posted somewhere.
The point here that I'm trying to make, the thing that's genuinely exciting to me that I cannot wait to actually get to play, like, I'm going to stop playing other shit to play this, is Mario and Wario. So Mario and Wario is a...
I'm sorry, time out. Hold on. I was like, let me Google the whole Shabubsy, and the first thing that popped up is Al-Shabaab terrorist group. So that's... That is what all the websites are, because that's what because Google thinks I was searching for the whole Shabab. No, I was actually searching for the whole Shabubsy. So please correct it. And it did not match any documents. So, okay. Anyway.
Wow. That's outstanding.
Had to put that out there.
So yeah, Mario and Wario is a mouse-controlled Super Nintendo game that I have wanted to play for ages. I remember seeing previews of this in magazines. This was supposed to come out in North America. There was box art released out into the world. Actually, more than one bit of box art released out into the world. Mario & Wario was previewed in the September 1993 issue of Nintendo Power. There was a display box mocked up for it. I was really excited about it because I loved the mouse games. I love Mario and Wario. It seemed like a really fun idea. And then the game just never came out. It just never came out here in North America. It was only released in Japan. Now, I know that I could have played, translated versions of it over the years. Easy.
Sure.
There's really not much translated to do here. Most of the game is in English to begin with. But I never did that. I really wanted to get a repro cart, and I never got around to it because I never found one that looked the way that I wanted it to. But now we have the Switch 2 with mouse controls built right into the Joy-Cons, and Mario and Wario is here in English and Japanese. I can't wait to finally play this game. I'm so excited about it. I'm sure it's not going to be as good as I want it to be.
Sure.
The Mario and Wario preview...
How could it be?
From the old days, says Mario & Wario from Nintendo is a Super NES action strategy game that has its roots in Lemmings. The idea is that Mario must wear buckets and other makeshift helmets to protect himself from Wario, who buzzes and bombards the plumber. The problem is that Mario can't see where he's going. In this game, you play the part of Wanda, the flying sprite, who steers Mario and creates blocks to allow him through the obstacle-ridden stages. And I just remember looking at these screenshots and being like, oh, the artwork looks so cool in this game. I can't wait to play it. And then I never got to play it. But now I can, and I'm so excited about it. Cannot wait to play this game.
Yeah, that's great. It's such a weird
Bubsy with a
thing.
rewind button is great, but yeah, this is So there's Nintendo Switch Online keeps doing this for me. Like Wrecking Crew 98, I always wanted to play that. Now I can. Granted, not in English. They didn't bother translating it, which really bothers me. Like there was that, and the Kirby puzzle game, and Mario Super Picross. So they were all these Super Nintendo games that I really wanted to play, but didn't get an option to. And now they're here. I'm slightly frustrated that they couldn't be bothered to translate them, because it's not like there's a ton of text to get through. Like, come on, help us out here. Just go that little tiny extra mile and make these into actual North American releases instead of just like, well, here's the Japanese ones. Yeah. Good luck.
Deal with it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the Avatar. You gotta deal with it. All right, let's keep going. We got a lot to do tonight.
No, we don't. We're fine. Let's see. Time Extension reports that you, yes, you, the listener, can finally play this lost mobile entry in the Ratchet and Clank series 19 years after it was canceled because some nerd couldn't leave fucking well enough alone. Back in 2006, Sony was putting out some mobile shit, and they announced a sequel to Ratchet and Clank going mobile called Clone Home. It was a Java-based follow-up to the original mobile platformer. This was going to be the original, like the follow-up with more guns and more graphics and the whole like whatever, the typical sequel sales pitch that they give you. It was supposed to come out in September of 2006, but then it was just like kind of quietly canceled. Apparently there's a rumor that it was released in Canada, and then they were like, oh fuck, never mind, what were we doing? Get rid of it. But it has been unearthed, it has been dumped, and you can go to archive.org or Super Smasher Emily, you can go to archive.org to get it, and Super Smasher Emily on YouTube has provided the first playthrough of the game. And it looks like a Java mobile game. Like, it doesn't look great, but it is, I think, important to have all of the different, things available. Ratchet and Clank is a big deal for Sony. It's important, I think, to have the entire history preserved. So this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. I love it when Lost Media shows its face and turns back up. Kind of think is pretty nifty, I say. Speaking of nifty, Time Extension once again reports 4 Namco classics are being reissued on cartridge for the Atari 2600 Plus and 7800 Plus. So I knew about these already. I didn't realize these were going to be 7800 versions. Or did I know this? See, now I'm confusing myself. I think the news here is that these are going to be... let's see. When is this? So this is European. Well, these are the 7800 versions of these games. Let me go to Atari, because I feel like I remember the 2600 versions of these all being announced. Games, Bubsy's back. Games, digital games, physical games. Oh, Atari cartridges. That's what I want. That's what I wanted. Atari cartridges. Oh, they are the 7800 versions, but these versions that they have up here look a little bit different. Oh, you know what has the 2600 versions is that DLC and for Atari 50, which we haven't heard from in a little bit. That's what I can't wait to get my hands on. Either way, yeah, these were already announced a while back. I think just not at other retailers outside of Atari's site, and the boxes are a bit different, which is kind of neato. So, cool.
Yeah. That is cool. Finally, to end up week-old news this week. our friends over at Noisy Pixel report that a Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade and Rebirth, a twin pack physical edition, has been announced for PlayStation 5. It will be released on December 4th, and it will only cost $60 hairs, which...
That's wild.
Is, I think, pretty, so like we've had a lot of discussion recently about the price of these games. Right.
Mario Galaxy, but also I would love to point out that Square Enix also has a twin pack that they just announced for. There's finally an NTSC of Final Fantasy 7 and 8, and that's $40. $40 for two PS1 games versus
that's a lot.
$60 for two PS4 and 5 games. I mean, PS4 and 5 games.
Yeah,
I don't understand the pricing of things. I just don't.
I don't either. Like, you can go, I'm looking right now, so like a brand new copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade for PlayStation 5 at Best Buy is $40. It's $40 at GameStop and Target. It's about $40 for Remake Intergrade. And it looks like, I'm trying to see if I can get a brand new price for Rebirth. Rebirth looks like it's around $50. So if you wanted to go do this, right now, if you wanted to go buy 2 copies of this, you could find Rebirth, which is the newer one, between $50 and $60 probably, depending on where you go. Maybe $70 because it's like still a relatively current gen game. So you're looking at, $120, $130, or you can wait till December 5th and you can get these 2 games in one bundle for $60. And that pricing, it just doesn't make sense, right? It just doesn't make sense. These are not remasters. They're not remakes. There's nothing that has been updated with these. These are just the games coming out, but these are native PS5 versions for $60. That's pretty awesome if you haven't jumped into it already.
It's very good deal.
Is very good deal. It's jolly good, very good, bloody good deal.
I couldn't agree more. But with that, it's time for us to take a break.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it for Week Old News. We're going to take ourselves a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to dive into the SAG Bag and discuss all of your burning questions. You're listening to the Stone Age Gamer podcast from Geekade.com. Stick around.
Hey, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Andy. Neither of us are David Crane, but we are the hosts of David Crane's Amazing Movie Time.
That's our monthly Geekade Patreon exclusive podcast that covers movies that are cult classics, weird, or just sometimes laughably bad.
We ourselves have at least 2 of those qualities, so I guess it makes sense to hear what we think of those movies in retrospect.
You can hear all that and more by becoming a Geekade Patreon supporter.
And, as always, be kind, rewind.
Do you miss the days when you'd get a fresh issue of Nintendo Power in the mail every month? It was stacked with reviews, previews, and all manner of cool new stuff about the world of Nintendo, and it even came with a free poster. Well, you don't have to miss those days anymore because Nintendo Force is here. Functioning as a spiritual successor to Nintendo's classic magazine, Nintendo Force is staffed with top-notch writing talent, and me for some reason, to deliver fresh new reviews, previews, and more right to your door every other month. And yes, posters are still included, except ours are double-sided. So if you want the thrill of learning all about the world of Nintendo in physical format, head on over to NintendoForceMagazine.com and learn all about it. Nintendo Force Magazine, the force of Nintendo fans.
We are Safe at Home, the leading dog rescue in the heart of New Jersey. Are you searching for a loyal companion, a dog that will bring love and joy to your home? Look no further than Safe at Home. At Safe at Home, we believe in giving every dog a second chance. We rescue, rehabilitate, and find loving forever homes for dogs in need, right here in the Garden State. Our dogs are ready to make a lasting impact on your life. Each one has a unique story, a wagging tail, and an incredible capacity for love. When you adopt from Safe at Home, you're not just gaining a pet, you're becoming a part of our family. Our dedicated team ensures a seamless adoption process, providing ongoing support and guidance. With New Jersey's beautiful parks, beaches, and trails, you and your new furry friend will have endless opportunities for adventures and cherished memories. Safe at Home relies on the support of compassionate individuals like you. Your donations and volunteer work enable us to continue saving lives and finding forever homes for these amazing dogs. Join us in creating a safer, happier community for dogs in New Jersey. Together we can make a difference and give every dog the chance to feel safe at home. Visit our website or call us now to learn about how you can be a part of the Safe at Home mission. Safe at Home, because every dog deserves to be loved and protected. www.safeathomerescue.org.
Hi everyone, Kris here. Podcast listening is free, but podcast creation is not. That's why the Geekade Patreon exists. In an effort to help us pay the bills, we've got a Patreon page set up where you can gain access to our monthly podcast topic schedule, get early access to many of our shows, and more. If you'd like to help support Geekade and keep these shows running week after week, head over to the Geekade Patreon page, linked in the show notes of this very podcast. All right, Junk Shields, we're back. I went upstairs and got a glass of water, poured the glass of water, was talking to John. I mentioned that I've been up since 3:45 this morning, and he said that you need to go to bed. And I said, I agree, young man. I agree with you wholeheartedly. So we're going to get there.
But we've got a show to do.
Yeah.
And people that need us.
He literally said, that's not more important than sleep. And I said, I don't believe you.
Don't believe that for a second, John.
I disagree.
Shows you
with
how
your
much you know
of the situation. There's nothing
That's
more
right.
important to me than this show. Got to catch them all.
That's right.
All right, so it's SAG BAG time. This is where we open up the airwaves to our brave listeners who listen to this show intentionally for some reason. And we've got some stuff. Got some stuff to go through here. So we're gonna
Great show.
Let's see. I'll take the first question.
Okay.
This one comes from. See, I have his actual name, and I feel like I shouldn't say that because we're friends on Discord. What is his
Bob
actual friend name?
It's
Hold
Bob.
on, I can figure that out. Oh. NTRSKT says
I was racist.
said so. What do y'all like sticking in your pee hole?
Yeah,
Dan, feel free to take the reins on this one.
fucking nothing. Because there's if you've lived a life, as some of us have, there is a test that you may have to undergo at some point. And one of the ways that you undergo said test is by having a doctor put something in your dick hole. And
I'm sorry.
I mean, at least
I'm just sorry to anyone listening. This was a follow-up from a joke from last week, so of course this was the first question that we got asked. Of course it was.
At least that's how it was done years and years ago. So
that's how Dad did it. That's how America
That's how
does it.
Dad did it. It's a very uncomfortable situation where you're like, I mean, all right, we both know why we're here, so let's Let's get into it. So when I was sitting upstairs talking with the family, they're like, "What is the show about tonight?" I was like, "Oh, it's the SAG Bag, where like a Reddit AMA kind of thing. The listeners send in questions, and they were like, they actually do that? We should listen." And I was like, "I think you guys should listen to all of our podcast, except for those episodes. I don't know if those are the ones that you guys should listen to first." Oh boy, yeah.
P2Mick28 asks, speaking of sticking things in your pee hole, I've always been curious. Anyone else ever read Tips and Tricks magazine? That was the one I subscribed to the most. I think the fact their tip section covered such wide range of games, including the NES, when I'm sure everyone else had dropped it by the late 90s, is why I preferred it. Yeah, I'm very familiar with Tips and Tricks. I didn't used to read it very much. I used to look at it for reference from time to time, but I was really more of an EGM and Nintendo Power kind of guy than Tips and Tricks. But I was like Tips and Tricks. It's a good magazine. Yeah.
It's just, that is the one thing that, like, as soon as the internet was a thing, it was like, well, those sections are gone now.
Yep,
like, that magazine is definitely done. That's gone. Yeah. But still, yeah, it was a cool little magazine back in the day.
Good stuff.
When you had to, when instant gratification was not possible. Indeed. I need the answer yesterday. And, oh, look, I have it. Cool.
Oh, someone's home.
Right, Hop?
Sounds like Ellie's home from cheer. Get him, Hopper.
Saying, Hopper.
Go get him. And don't just sit here on the couch and woof at them. That's not going to do anything. Go, attack.
No.
They could be murderers. They could be here to kill us all. And you are a vicious attack dog.
Oh, yeah. That's why I gave him to you.
The viciousest. Scion Storm asks, if you were a bag of chips and were being eaten while someone is playing video games, which bag of chips would you be and why?
Oh, fuck.
I would be all dressed because I'm fancy as fuck.
Oh, you certainly are. Man. God, what would I be? That's a good question.
See, now, if I'm being eaten while someone is playing video games, I want to say I want to say all dressed, but really, I'm not all dressed. I think I'm more of a barbecue, right? Because I'm sweet, I'm tangy, I'm friendly chip. I'm very welcoming.
Especially after you've worked out.
Oh, for sure. Very tangy. Most people's sweat is salty, not mine. It's tangy.
No, tang.
It's bold.
And not like tangy, like you're thinking like, ooh, like a pickle? No, like tang. Yeah, like it's very orange, citrusy. It's very weird. Very strange. Oh, man. I want to. You really should. I want to make some sort of joke about like bugles just because you can put me on your fingers or something, but I feel like that's in poor taste. Fill my holes up, something like that. Oh, why is it always got to be gross with you, Chris? Yeah, always.
I don't know, Dan. I don't know.
It's just, that's where your mind goes. First thing, first time, every time. I don't know, like Cool Ranch Doritos. I feel like I'm pretty cool, and you want me in your mouth.
Good answer.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm going with.
Also from Scion Storm, if you could develop a game for any gaming system and only that system, which would you choose? Any era? If I could develop a game?
Yeah.
I mean, my heart says Super Nintendo because it's like my favorite era of gaming. But
yeah,
Super Nintendo games can be very complicated, and I would always feel like whatever I'm doing is inadequate to the Super NES's capabilities. So, for sure, I would go with the Atari 2600. I would love to develop a 2600 game. That sounds like fun.
I would develop something for the TurboGrafx 16.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know what, but definitely for the... No, it would be the Golden Girls beat 'em up, but I would do it on fucking TurboGrafx.
Right. Pick the system that has one controller port for a beat 'em up game. Great.
Yeah. For a 4-player, yeah.
How very dare you. Okay.
With a multi-tap. You know.
comes bundled in. What else we got here? Chronodin asks, what Switch 1 games are you genuinely surprised haven't gotten Switch 2 editions? Which ones deserve one the most? And which ones do you really want to see get Switch 2 editions? Well, let's see.
Oh, God. What has gotten Switch 2 editions? That I feel like I need that information first.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, a couple of third-party things, Mario Wonder is getting a Switch 2 edition. That's all I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay.
Switch 1 games that should get...
Metroid Prime Trilogy.
Oh, you mean
or
Metroid
Prime Remastered.
Yeah.
Sorry. Metroid Prime Remastered with a Switch 2 edition to add mouse controls.
Yeah, sure.
That seems kind of like a no-brainer.
I don't feel like it needs to have a Switch 2 edition, just updated to work with mouse controls. But
yeah,
I see.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, for the excuse to put that on there.
I mean, I can't. I don't know if deserve is the right word, but Princess Peach Showtime would benefit greatly from a Switch 2 edition. Just to get that game running at 60 frames per second, it kind of runs inexcusably poorly. It doesn't run bad, but like that game could definitely stand a performance upgrade, and I think it would benefit from it greatly. But it's
Animal
not like
Crossing,
it's an amazing game to begin with. Animal Crossing,
just
maybe.
As an excuse to sell it again.
I think they're going to make a new one at this point.
Oh, I'm sure, but like for right now, you've got a new Switch, and if you're a Switch 2 owner that didn't get a Switch 1, you know, like, oh look, and there's a fancy new updated version of this Animal Crossing game. I'll play that.
I suppose. Let's see here. I mean, Dadish. Dadish needs a Switch 2 edition for sure. Dadish needs to be updated on iPhone. Ever since the new update, Dadish doesn't work well on it anymore. And since I left social media, Dadish is one of the things that I like to do on the toilet. So, come on.
Yeah, hey.
Let's get that shit together. Let's see, a Switch 2 edition. Proper Switch 2 edition. I guess I'm not terribly surprised it doesn't exist yet, but I'm surprised we haven't heard anything about an eventual Ring Fit Adventure. Just because that game sold a bajillion copies, and just there needs to be a new ring for it that the Joy-Con 2 is attached to, but they're probably just waiting on a sequel for that. Metroid
What
Dread,
about something like the... Dread probably doesn't need it.
Yeah, there's not much to it. And like stuff like Echoes of Wisdom, they boosted that up to 60 FPS, so like it doesn't need its own dedicated Switch 2 edition anymore.
Yeah.
I don't
know. I don't know. I am unfamiliar enough with the Switch 1 library insofar as what would need the performance boost, like the Pokemon games, probably.
They got them. I mean, it would be nice to get them. Okay. They could go a step further and genuinely like fix them, because like now they run really smooth, but
that's
they're
what
still
I'm
buggy
saying.
as shit.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just looking through all my physical Switch games, and it's like, I mean, most of them they just run pretty okay on the Switch 2 now. I don't know. That's what I mean. I know Xenoblade Chronicles. That's the one that I'm surprised. Xenoblade Chronicles. Any and all of them. I'm surprised that's not a thing yet. That's really weird to me. But outside of that, no, I think we're in. Yeah, that's all I can think of. Duroc Pig. If you could choose any video game power or ability to help you with your everyday life, what would it be and why? That's Rewind. Easy peasy.
Yeah, right. Rewind is man, that would be so nice.
Give me Rewind. Or that thing that Nightcrawler does in the X-Men arcade game where he just like zaps around the screen somehow. Like I don't know what that's supposed to be. But I would like to be able to do that like in the grocery store. Just fuck up everyone around me.
Yeah.
That'll Rewind.
100%. Yeah. Love that.
What about you?
No, definitely rewind.
Oh, that's it? Just rewind? You're pussing out on, you're pussing out on anything else? I understand. It's hard.
No, I mean, or like a time stop. Who's got a good time stop?
Flashman?
Flashman? Like, I feel like that sort of thing would be good of like...
Oh, Metal Blade.
I just, that would actually be... fuck this tree. Fuck this sidewalk. For no reason.
Car in front of me.
I feel like time stop... Yeah, fuck them. I feel like time stop would just be like, I need like a minute, like just a minute. I need an extra minute, and I can't create minutes. But now, oh look, I have this time stop thing, and I have created extra minutes, and it's wonderful.
Magnificent.
Yeah.
Scion Storm
or
asks,
the Tanuki suit.
Oh yeah, that you'd look good in that.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd look good out of it too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it would look real good on my bedroom floor.
Whoa! Oh boy.
Scion Storm asks, when can we expect the Stone Age Gamer musical to hit Broadway?
Oh man, I mean, so spoilers. We didn't want to bring this up, but it's in development. It's definitely in development. I think you're writing it, right, Kris? In all your free time,
for sure.
What would it be about?
I
mean, other than like the pursuit of Ryan acquiring more yachts, obviously.
I mean, really, it's just a trivia episode, but set to music. Tom Clancy's reading.
You know, I feel like that would be pretty good.
Yeah,
honestly, I feel like that would be pretty good.
We got another one from Scion Storm. How do you take your coffee and or tea? If you drink neither, why are you a monster? Well, I'm a monster because I don't like the taste of coffee or tea. I think tea is just garbage water, as Ted Lasso said. I agree with him 100%. Right. And coffee, I love the smell of coffee, but I do not enjoy drinking it. It's just not for me. I don't like hot beverages, generally speaking. If I'm in a particular mood, I will have a hot chocolate. Probably not from the Galloway Diner again. That was kind of shit. That was not an enjoyable cup of hot cocoa there. I can make better hot cocoa here at my house. Like with Swiss Miss and some milk. That was very disappointing. But other than that, I don't do coffee and I don't do tea. Might be why I'm so tired all the time.
I mean, that certainly has something to do with it. Like, the rest of us are on drugs for a good reason.
Yeah, not me. I'm just out here raw dogging life.
Raw dogging life, man. I hats off to you, sir. For tea, it depends on the type of tea that I am drinking. Like, I'm not a super big fan of... like just straight up like, oh, a spot of tea, that would be lovely. Like, no, I'm not super duper into that. I like a good London Fog. A London Fog is very nice, which is Earl Grey with like a lot of like heavy cream and whatnot. That's pretty fucking good. I like a good chai tea, like a good chai tea, but also with a lot of like cream and sugar. You're going to sense a pattern here in a second. Thai tea is probably my favorite type of tea. I love Thai iced tea. That is very light and sweet, but very, very good. It's an acquired taste because it's got a very, it's got a nice like dirt taste to it. Which is like a thing you have to get used to. But like when you have Thai tea, you're either like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever had, or like, oh, this is fucking gross. But like green tea, I like green tea on its own. I don't put cream or sugar in green tea, or things like a hibiscus tea or a raspberry tea. Those things I usually kind of leave on their own and usually drink those sorts of things cold. As far as coffee is concerned, I used to be very much of the Beastie Boys persuasion of I like my sugar with coffee and cream, and just used to put fucking gobs of sugar into my coffee. But now I am very much starting to head more towards, as I get older, and I drink better coffee that I have ground myself and brewed myself, and I know kind of what it is. I lean a lot closer to black than I ever have before. But I still need like a little splash of milk or cream and like maybe like one sugar or stevia or like whatever. And then if I'm just out anywhere in the world, like anywhere in New Jersey, certainly, I will just order a regular coffee, which is a coffee with milk and 2 sugars. That is just kind of like the expected concoction when you say regular coffee to any semi-respectable establishment in New Jersey. That is what you will get. So that's kind of what I lean towards. I would love to eventually get to the point of where I only drink black coffee. One, because that's fucking super tough and cool. But 2, it would also cut out a ridiculous amount of excess calories for no reason. So, yeah. That was
quite possibly the most boring 5 minutes in this entire podcast history.
Sorry.
I almost fell asleep. Like, this
I'm so sorry.
is still talking about tea. Holy shit.
Hey, man, I'm giving the people what they want. You don't want to fucking answer the questions, don't ask. Sorry, cockhole. That's how I like my coffee. In my pee hole. That's how I fucking like it. I like a good fucking
I'm sure
coffee
the listeners aren't complaining.
enema.
I'm just sitting here like, Jesus Christ. Tea. Dan, Unas11 asks, as the resident chainsaw expert of the podcast, this question is
I
for
am
you.
now.
Hold
yeah.
on.
Got one.
I've cut down a tree with a chainsaw.
I own one, though, making me the expert.
Well, fair enough. Since my wife and I bought a 3-acre plot of land with our house, I've been bugging my wife for a chainsaw. She fears I could hurt myself. Could you please talk to her how a robotic arm after the chainsaw accident could benefit my day-to-day life?
I mean, what can a robot arm do, really, when you come right down to it? Like, especially, like, are we talking like a GI robot arm? Like one that hates Nazis? Because that sounds awesome. I know, robot arm is clearly fucking great. You think about all the times where you're like, man, the lid on this jar is just really stuck. It's really stuck, and I need to get somebody else to open it, and like I take it to that person. Oh, it's still really stuck. So now I have to go. I have to get like the rubber band or like the old person open jar thing. And like with a robot arm, never have that problem. Ever. Right? If you're ever out hiking in the woods with your significant other, right? Or you're hiking somewhere potentially dangerous, and one of you falls off of a cliffside, and you have to like hang like in an action movie. You want the hanging to be done from a robot arm that can just lock and shut off. A human arm's going to get tired, and you're both going to fall to your death. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that makes a whole ton of sense. And if you've seen the documentary Cliffhanger, not all of us are that strong. We don't have the fucking shoulder strength and the arm strength of one Sylvester Stallone. So no, robot arm, fucking perfect. Also good. It could double as a knife. You could get attachments, as He-Man and the Masters of the Universe has shown us that there are plenty of attachments you could plug into said robot arm. You could have an axe. You could have like a laser sword. All of that sounds fucking great. I feel like I've made a very strong case.
You did. That was a good answer. Well done.
Excellent.
And Dan, another question for you. My wife has adopted a land moose with a Great Dane, Irish Wolfhound, and St. Bernard mix. So much to say, huge dog. but it gets a bad case of happy tail syndrome, which is marking up our wall. Any tips or tricks for dealing with this?
Cut off a small piece of fur from the tail, take it to your local Benjamin Moore, Home Depot, or Lowe's, color match that to paint, and then paint your walls that color. Because there's really, outside of docking their tail, which I don't recommend, and you can't do once they're grown any fucking way. Or, okay, it's not that you can't do it, but you really fucking shouldn't. That is just something you have to live with. There really is nothing to be done about that, unfortunately. And it's weird, right? Like, my in-laws had a Rottweiler, and Rottweilers are very famous for their short little stubby tails. And you always look at it and you're like, man, why would you dock a dog's tail? That's so fucked up. Like, the puppies come out of the womb and you start cutting pieces off. That's really fucking shitty. Don't do that. And then you meet somebody like Diesel, and you spend time with Diesel in your life, and Diesel hits you with his tail in your balls one time, and you're like, oh, that's why they fucking do it. That's why. Because those things are, like, if George Bush was looking for weapons of mass destruction, he should have been looking at fucking certain types of dog tails. That shit is absurd. It hurts so fucking bad. Nothing you can do. I'm very sorry. Paint your walls.
And then finally, Kris, in a fist fight, do you think Bubsy or Fritz the cat would win in a cat fight? I think Fritz would win. I don't think... Look, yeah. Bubsy is so freaking fragile. There's no way he would be able to stand up to Fritz. Even Fritz on his worst day. Fritz drunk, passed out in an alley. Just all he's got to do is step on Fritz, and then Bubsy would die. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's Fritz's baseline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zabu says, how about a few Halloween-y questions? What games just have a Halloween feel to you guys? Castlevania.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, the Castlevania series, Ghosts and Goblins
Splatterhouse.
series. Yeah.
Splatterhouse, Resident Evil. Yeah. Fucking Master of Darkness on the Master System. Haunted House on the Master System. Right? But also stuff like, yeah, stuff like Maniac Mansion. That feels very Halloween to me. Day of the Tentacle, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Medieval.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Anything that involves the undead, really. What are some favorite traditional Halloween movies? Classic monster types take place on or around Halloween, not just general horror or slashers.
I mean, well, the fucking easy answer is obviously Halloween, which is still, I would argue that one of the most effective single shots in film history is when Michael Myers pops out of and he doesn't even pop really, but like just kind of appears in the closet out of the like just shadowed closet in the very first Halloween. It is so fucking scary and so well done. It's just a beautiful shot. I think it's a phenomenal fucking movie. I think Monster Squad is like a really good kind of everybody can enjoy this kind of Halloween movie. But the one I'm actually looking forward to the most will happen this year. It was going to happen last year, but Halloween last year was a fucking disaster for a whole lot of reasons that we won't get into. But this year, we are going to start the tradition. I feel like my kids are old enough where on Halloween, we will be watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I've written about that on the Stone Age Gamer blog. I fucking adore that movie. I hope my kids like it. It is a wonderful experience. I hope to take them to see it live once. I think that would be really, really fucking great.
I don't really have one. I'm not really a big Halloween guy, so I like Ghostbusters. I like the Addams Family. But generally speaking, yeah, I can't say that I have a Halloween movie. I also followed up with how about favorite Halloween special? Remember when they used to make those? Favorite Halloween episode of a TV
I do.
show?
Yeah.
The Charlie
Great
Brown.
Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Yeah.
I got a rock.
That's the one.
Yeah. That's it for sure.
That's the one, man.
I am sure there are Halloween episodes of TV shows that I am forgetting.
Honestly, the other one that sticks out to me, and it's so fucking stupid, but god damn it, do I love it. It's just the David S. Pumpkins segment on SNL is just so absurd to see Tom Hanks fucking doing the most with absolutely fucking nothing. I think it's fucking brilliant. I love it to pieces. I will say, though, that the TV episodes that probably stick out the most recently, Brooklyn Nine-Nine always did a Halloween heist episode, and they were absolutely incredible. Like, they would just... It was just this crazy thing where they would be, all of the officers would be in competition with each other, and it was so clever and fun, and the Halloween heist episodes in Brooklyn Nine-Nine are fucking spectacular.
Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, we talked about it earlier tonight. That's great stuff. I seem to really remember liking the U.S. Office, I want to say season 1 or 2 Halloween party episode. I seem to remember that being funny. Parks and Rec, Greg Pikitis. That was a good one.
Yes, that's good. The Pikitis one is very, very good.
Yeah, that's about all that's jumping out at me in my brain.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's more. I'm certain that there are more Halloween-y episodes that exist.
I'm sure there was Friends and that sort of stuff, but
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Nine-Nine ones are outstanding. I'll watch them just during the year. They're so fucking good.
Let's see. Have you guys
was fucking Eddie Murphy's Gumby? Was that a Halloween thing, or was that? Did he just start? I feel like there was an Eddie Murphy SNL Halloween thing that's really, really fucking funny, but I'm having a hard time remembering it right now. I'll have to look back into it.
Let's see. P2 Mc28 says, "Have you guys seen that game Sweet Home? It's basically Resident Evil on NES. I learned of it last year and have been meaning to play it myself after I learned a fan did an English translation. I have heard of Sweet Home. I am familiar with its existence.
Somebody
I've never played it.
Apparently somebody has not gone back to dig through all the legacy content on geekade.com, because there is a couple of instances of Sweet Home content that your sweet ass is missing. P2 Mc28. Yeah, it's fucking great. It's an awesome game. It really shows where Resident Evil came from. You can really fucking see the DNA. The English translation is really well done, and it is absolutely worth playing through. That game fucking is outstanding.
You're outstanding.
Oh, thanks.
Scion Storm asks, I just tried to buy tickets to see Rush at Madison Square Garden, but they wanted to charge a kidney and a testicle for the worst seats at the largest arena. Is there a band or artist you would be willing to spend an absurd amount of money to see, regardless of how it might impact your finances? Mine is David Gilmour of Pink Floyd, and I have seen him, but I think he's where I draw the line.
No.
Well, I mean, are we talking
there's
dead
not.
or alive?
Even dead or alive, no.
Yeah, I don't think there's any band that I would want to see enough to put myself in financial ruin for.
No, there's just, I don't like going to concerts where I have spent an absurd amount of money and then having to possibly deal with other people that suck.
Yeah, that's a bad time.
I just won't enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, I just wanted. I remember I went to see Billy Joel a number of years ago at Citizens Bank Park in Philly, and I took I drove because I'm the youngest out of all the old people in my family, but like my two aunts and my uncle. Oh God, sorry, I was choking there in the middle of it. It's a very emotional story. They are in their like mid to late 60s, right? So we went to the concert and the tickets were super expensive, you know, because we're down in the like field level seats, like not on the field, but like the field boxes. And my Aunt Leslie kept asking, not because she was trying to be a bitch, but because she couldn't, like, she can't stand up all for an entire 3-hour concert, and she wanted to sit down and watch the concert. But the people that were sitting in front of her, in the row in front of us, they were younger and they were standing the whole time. And she was like, "Can you guys please sit down? I can't see." And they were like, "Well, stand up then." She was like, "I mean, I can't though. Like, I physically can't stand for that long." And their whole attitude, in not so many words, was, you know, like, we're not going to let the way we enjoy a concert be changed by the fact that you can't stand up. So she spent all this money to go see Billy Joel and didn't see him. She watched him on the video board, which she could see from her seated position. And that sucks, you know?
That it does. Not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's too much that can go wrong to spend a ton of money on a concert, I think. I do love live music, I really do.
I do too.
But I've seen pretty much everyone I wanted to see. I mean, if I could go back in time and see all the original Monkees perform, that would probably make me really happy.
Sure.
But financial ruin? I just don't know about that. All right, the amazing Kris Godby. Question for Dan. What would be a good question for me to ask Kris?
Jesus. Man. I don't know. Okay, no, hold on. I'm formulating it in my head. Super Mario Brothers, Metroid, Legend of Zelda. You have to erase one from Nintendo history. None of the games ever existed. They're just gone.
You are not the first
that's
person
not
to
fair.
ask me that this week.
I'm sure
Mike
I'm
Sheridan
not.
Messaged me. So I'm going to tell you what happened. Okay, Mike, on Thursday, said, okay, big question. You have to get rid of one forever. Chrono Trigger, Super Metroid, Link to the Past, or Super Mario World. I said no. He said, haha, but you have to. I said, the fuck I do. He said, the answer is Super Mario World. I said, the hell it is. The answer is violence. So the other three are roughly the best in their series. Super Mario World is not the best Mario game. Hard disagree. I know it's an impossible question for you to answer. I said, even if I grant you the pretext that Mario World isn't the best Mario game, which I don't, I consider it on par quality-wise with the other games in the list. I maintained the answer is violence.
Fair.
And that is still my answer. The answer is violence.
Let me amend my question, then. Let me amend my question. I don't think including Super Mario Brothers as a franchise is fair in that type of question. Because without Super Mario Brothers, nothing else exists. Right? So, Metroid, Zelda, and I guess to a lesser extent, a significantly lesser extent, unfortunately, Kid Icarus. If you eliminate one from the pantheon of history, which is the one that you get rid of?
No. Violence. I refuse.
Okay.
I abstain.
Fair?
No. I will not. I won't do it.
Okay. The correct answer is Metroid, by the way.
I disagree.
I don't know why that's the correct answer, but I feel like it is.
Definitely not. Well, all right. So, question for Kris. What would be a good question for me to ask Dan?
It's a fair question.
It's a fair question. All right. Fine, I'll play that game. Coffee, beer, or sex? You have to get rid of one of them for the rest of your life.
Oh, God. Beer.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah,
right.
no, I need the coffee. I love beer, but beer doesn't actually bring me anything beneficial. Right? Like, beer, it makes me happy, but so do lots of things. Coffee, I don't sleep as much as I should, and sometimes I just need the fuel as opposed to, the taste of it, and I'm not, like, I don't want to drink a Mountain Dew at 6:30 in the morning when I'm fucking rocking on 4 hours of sleep. I'm an adult. I'm not grabbing a Mountain Dew. And sex, come on, slut cancer. Like, who are we kidding?
Valid point.
Plus, you didn't say alcohol, which means I can still drink whiskey, so I'm good.
That is true. All right, Dan.
Still drink whiskey and bourbon.
Trash Man has his big old list. He has an updated version of it for October 2025. So you go ahead and jump to the Discord and open it up. It's your turn to start asking some questions.
I already pulled some questions from it. I already spun the wheel once. And I love this first question. Who is your favorite SNL cast member?
I can't say I've ever really been an SNL fan, so...
I was going to say, you're not a big SNL guy, I don't think,
yeah,
right?
Generally speaking, not so much. I can't even think of too many people, like Dan Aykroyd. Was he on SNL?
He definitely was.
Let's go with Dan Aykroyd.
I think that's fair. I find this an absolutely impossible question to answer without first breaking it down into the different eras of Saturday Night Live. And even then, I think it's impossible to answer. But if I had to pick just one guy that I think is all-encompassing of SNL, I think it would be Dana Carvey. He did so much on SNL, from like serious things to goofy things to legitimately funny things to like moving into the mainstream with Wayne's World. He is just so fantastically versatile on that show. Like, I think it would be Dana Carvey. It might be followed pretty closely by Phil Hartman. Phil Hartman on SNL is fucking funny. He was just so goddamn funny. Yeah, I think it's Dana Carvey. I think. I'm good with that for now. John Lovitz? Anyway. All right. So that's that. All right, let me spin again. Favorite SNL member. What a ridiculous question. It's impossible to answer, Trash Man. Let's see, what do we got? If you were found dead playing a video game, what game would it be? Currently, probably fucking Silksong, because that game's really fucking hard. Just now, if I was found dead playing a video game, what would it be?
Wii Fit.
Probably. Yeah, that's fair. I was going to say probably Tetris. Because, like, at the end of the day, that's the game I've played the most and will probably continue to play the most into the future. Like, in fact, I didn't even mention this on the show. Shit, I totally forgot. I haven't had enough time to really explore it. But for my birthday last week, my mother-in-law found on the TikTok shop a retro game console with like 200 games preloaded, which is as absurd and as bootleggy and fucking crazy as it sounds. So like I boot this thing up. So first of all, the console, it's like a little like 3 to 4 inch screen, like inside like a neon green TV. It's like all right, well, I'm already super into this. This is great. It's got a little fucking controller, and you pop it up, and it's got like 6 games displayed on the screen at a time. And like I'm scrolling through the titles of the games, and like one game is called like Pikachu. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what that one is. But like there's a version of Tetris on that. And it's a really good version of Tetris because Tetris isn't hard to emulate. You know, like it's just Tetris. So I've been playing that on this little fucking janky-ass retro console that is all crazy and bootleg that I love. So if I'm going to die playing a game, that's probably it.
Fair enough. Good answer. Good answer.
What about you? What did you say?
We Fit.
Oh, that's right. You
like I wouldn't die because I was, playing it so much because I loved it. It just
right.
I would be doing it, and then it would say I would work hard, and then it would say that's obese, and then I would just die. Fuck that game.
That game's a bunch of dicks. What is your favorite tree?
Ooh, I don't know what they're called. My sister and I used to call them money trees. They're the little ones that have like little tiny. How do you describe them? Like their leaves. They look. They got all these branches, and then all the leaves have these little teeny tiny leaves on them, and they're like in a pattern. They're all over the place around here. Let me see if I can figure this out. You go. You answer talk about your favorite trees.
Number 1, Japanese maple. I think they're just absolutely gorgeous, stunning trees, especially when they're well maintained. Absolutely fucking beautiful. Followed very closely, but still definitively in second, by the cherry blossom tree. I find that tree
cherry blossom is very good.
Oh, what a gorgeous fucking tree. Absolutely absurd. But Japanese maple, number 1, without question.
I do really like the Japanese maple is very good. I'm also a big fan of palm trees. I think they're really cool.
I do. I got tired of them.
Right, you used to live near them.
Living in the South, I got tired of them. I get it.
Mimosa tree? That doesn't seem right, but that kind of looks like what I'm talking about. Green leaf of mimosa tree. Tiny leaves, assembly is a single leaf. Style and shape. These are from iStock. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Yeah, I can't figure out what actually this tree is called, but I love them. They're really neat. I like all trees. I don't think there are any trees I don't like. I'm a big fan of trees. Trees are the best.
I do like trees. I'm a big fan. I also like the what are the ones in the South where like they have the weeping moss that hangs off of them?
Oh yeah,
those are super fucking cool. When we got married in Savannah, we would like walk around like downtown Savannah and shit, like over by the graveyards and stuff, because we're like fucking tourists and whatnot. And walking down those streets with all like the moss hanging off the tree, it was just super fucking cool. It was, as the kids say, it was a vibe. I don't know what kind of vibe it was, but it was one. What game or item has been on your digital wish list the longest, and then on a mental or personal wish list the longest?
Digital game?
Or item.
As in digital item or just item in general?
Yeah.
I mean, the game that's been on my personal wish list the longest is Cubivore. I've always wanted a copy of Cubivore for GameCube, and I have never been able to find one for less than $300 to $400. So that's just not happening. But I have wanted Cubivore forever. I know it's not a digital release. What is on my digital wish list that's been there the longest? The digital wish list, I guess, would be the Switch wish list. And the one that's been on there the longest that I haven't pulled the trigger on is probably World of Goo. Just because I've never wanted it enough to spend the money on it, which I know is kind of tragic because it's a good game, but it just hasn't happened. But I think that's the one that's been sitting on my wish list the longest. What was the other part of the question?
And then on your mental or personal wish list the longest. So I guess you answered that. Like Cubivore would be your personal mental wish list. I'm looking at my Steam wish list here. I don't really put things like on the digital wish list until I got the Steam Deck. And that was really just more as of a way of like keeping track of things. But like right now, the thing that's been on there the longest is Mariachi Legends, which is a Dia de los Muertos inspired Metroidvania that has a... Oh my God, I'm so gassy today. I very much apologize. That has a release date of Q2 2026. I put that on there September 17th of 2024. As far as like a mental or personal wish list, what has been on the wish list for the longest? Like of a game that I've wanted. Man, I really don't have a good answer to that. Like I've picked up most of the shit that I would actually want. Probably like Cuphead Physical. Or no. Cuphead Physical. That's like, I see that all the time in the store and I'm like, $40 is still too much.
Yeah, I hear that.
I don't need to drop $40 on Cuphead. Like I love it and I would love to have it physically and all of those things. But that's probably it. What's a candy they don't make anymore that you wish would come back?
Bonkers? Are they still around?
Bonkers was my first thought, but I actually have a different answer.
Bonkers was good. Oh man, Bonkers. I would eat the shit out of some Bonkers right now. Bonkers candy. I feel like they've come back once or twice. Are they? In 2012, Leaf Brands acquired the trademark, planned to reintroduce the classic brand to the market by the end of 2015. November 2016, Bonkers Fruit Candy's Facebook and Twitter account stated, "We made more samples of Bonkers Fruit Chews on the line last week, and we think they look pretty good. Getting closer, but no date yet." With 2 pictures, and that was it. So no, they have not actually returned. I would say Bonkers is pretty high on the list. I was a big fan of the Reese's Crunchy Cookie Cup. That has been discontinued. The Reese's Crunchy Cookie Cup was really good. They just put out the Reese's Oreo crossover things, and honestly, the Crunchy Cookie Cup was just better. Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, but the Crunchy Cookie Cup did that better. I don't think it's been discontinued, but as far as I know, it's never been properly introduced in North America, at least not in the form that it was in Canada. But their peanut butter Kit Kats were just amazing, absolutely outstanding. Peanut butter Kit Kats, the way they are in Canada, just knocked my freaking socks off. That was really good. Other than that, I don't think are Reese's Fast Breaks still a thing? Those are quite good.
I think they are.
I think they're still around. Reese's Sticks, Reese's Fast Breaks, yeah, those are still around. No, I think that was it. Bonkers and whatever else I said.
So
Crunchy
for me,
Cookie Cup, there you go. That was it.
Without question, would be specifically the miniatures, because they were different makeup than the regular size cups. But for Elvis's 70th birthday, I don't remember the exact thing they were celebrating. Reese's miniatures were peanut butter banana cups, and the top of the crown, I guess, of the cup was chocolate. The body was banana candy, and the inside was still the Reese's peanut butter. And ooh, I would fucking do dirty things to dirty people to be able to get some more of those. They were so fucking good, and I am shocked that they have never come back.
Hazelnut spread M&Ms.
Incredible.
That's one. That's a big one.
They were pretty good.
I thought those were so good, but I know they didn't sell because nobody looks at it and says hazelnut spread. What the fuck is that? But they couldn't call them Nutella. Right. If they were able to call them Nutella, then I think they would still be around.
Oh, they'd be the best selling of all time.
Yeah, they'd have to keep licensing the Nutella brand, and that's never going to happen. So yeah, that's why that happened. Tragic.
True or false? Donkey Kong Country 2 has superior gameplay and level design to Donkey Kong Country 1, but Donkey Kong Country 1's music is better.
I'm going to say false.
I'm going to say
false.
false.
Going to say it's very close. There are things that I like better about Donkey Kong Country 2's gameplay and some of its level design, but I do think some of its level design is kind of annoying. It's towards the end, and I would also like I feel like some of the swamp areas get kind of bland to me, just from like the jumping on there's blind jumps from time to time, but also generally speaking with the gameplay, Donkey Kong Country's gameplay I felt was a bit more interesting. First off, the barrel blasting is tighter. Barrel blasting is very, very fast and instantaneous in Donkey Kong Country. And two, they added a very slight delay to the barrel blasting, so the barrel blasting doesn't move as quickly as it did in Country 1. But also, I think the Donkey and Diddy are a very interesting pair. They play and feel very differently, whereas Diddy and Dixie play very similarly, much more similarly than Donkey and Diddy did. So I think that there's a little bit more going on in that aspect of the gameplay in Country 1 versus Country 2. Now, granted, Dixie and Diddy do not play exactly the same. Diddy is faster, he's got a bigger jump. Dixie can hover with her ponytail. That's also very interesting. But like the heavy and the light, I think is a more interesting combo than the helicopter and the higher jumping.
I agree.
So, yeah, all in all,
I kind of agree with that across the board.
Yeah, great stuff. Love Donkey Kong Country 2, but I think Country 1 really just hit the hammer on the nail as far as access. Country 1 does have some pretty bland level design towards the end with like the elevator that you have to keep getting the gas tank for is interesting, but I feel like it could have been done better. But I think Country 2 kind of runs into a similar problem. Country 2 does have better bosses by far, but yeah, all in all, I'm sticking by my gut reaction there.
Yeah, I kind of agree across the board with that. That is a good question, though. I'm so happy that this question came up because I can't think of an answer. Honestly, truly, I can't think of an answer. What would it take to end your friendship, you and me?
You killing me?
Yeah, like.
I mean, if you killed me...
And that's just because it couldn't physically be possible.
Exactly. There really wouldn't be anything... I couldn't really come back from that and be like, I couldn't be mad at you. I'd be dead.
Right.
What would it take to end our friendship? Yeah, just one of us dying. But what could you possibly do?
I mean, because there are obvious things.
Yeah, like if you...
Right.
murdered my children and
that kind of stuff is what I'm thinking. Like, I was like,
it would have to be like biblical,
it would have to be so egregious because you and I have been friends for so long and have been through so much together.
What was the line from Clerks? You anally raped my mother while pouring sugar in my gas tank. Like,
I would be all right with that, honestly. Like, I'm cool with that. I don't like her. Yeah, like that would not do it. That wouldn't do it.
I mean,
and what if you got a sweet new car out of it?
Seek help.
Yeah, like I'd be like, man, Kris needs some fucking help, dude.
This guy got to be locked up. That's not going to end the friendship. Now,
I just like, I really honestly can't. Like, I mean, like I said, other than like the obvious egregious things, there's not like if you broke into my house and stole a bunch of action figures to sell them, I wouldn't be like, I'm never talking to you again. It would be like, fuck, dude, what's going on that you're so desperate that you knew you could come here and do this? You know, like you knew that this was a source of money that you could get. Like, if I stole a bunch of video games from you and sold them, it wouldn't be like, I can't believe you fucking did that. It would be like, what has happened to break it so bad that you felt you needed to do this, right?
Yeah. For the record, this is what? This is like the 5th hour today of us talking.
Something like that.
I had an issue that I wanted to talk to Dan about, and he left work and drove out to me to meet me at a diner and talked to me for like 3 hours. Like, hetero life mate.
Yeah, I left
it.
Philly and drove to the shore. Like, not during the summer because I'm a fucking shoebie or anything, but like my friend said he needed to talk, so I was there as quick as I could be. That's
where we are. Like that. Yeah. Hetero life mate. The end.
That's it, man. Done and done. Slurpee or ICEE, and what flavors?
Ooh. All right. So I feel like I know scientifically that Slurpees are better, but I didn't grow up with 7-Elevens around me. I grew up with ICEEs. So I'm more used to them. I really like the classic red. The classic red is really it for me. But
Cherry ICEE.
If I have the option to like mix and match, like do a little bit of red, I'll do some red, then some blue in the middle, and then some red. I think I really do like that combination. I have once or twice in my life experienced an orange ICEE that made me want to die of joy. I love orange. I love artificial orange. It's so good. And in ICEE form, it was so good, but you just never see those around. But yeah, the classic cherry ICEE is that's the tits, as the kids would say.
It certainly is the fucking tits. I'm gonna go ahead and go pretty much across the board with that, especially with the Slimer's Back ICEE, which was basically Ecto Cooler ICEE. That they had out during at the movie theaters during Frozen Empire, that latest Ghostbusters movie. That shit was fucking tits. That was so fucking good. It was absurd. If I have to get a Slurpee though, I'm going Coke and cherry. Like a good cherry Coke Slurpee. That's some pretty good stuff too. This one, I don't know about this for you. I know that I definitely have. Have you shot a gun before? Do you own any firearms? And have or will you teach your children how to handle firearms?
Okay. To quote Bruce Wayne, I don't like guns. I am not a fan of guns. I don't like them at all. Want my personal opinion, I don't think any of us should have fucking guns. I think it's stupid.
Agreed across the board.
There are instances in perhaps military or even to a small degree law enforcement that the existence of guns could be considered a necessity that I wouldn't argue too horribly against, but generally speaking, I don't like guns. I don't care for them. However, I do agree that guns in certain settings with certain instances can be very cool and very interesting, especially in terms of sporting. I have shot a rifle a handful of times for like skeet shooting back when I was in Scouts. I thought that was really interesting. I like for like Olympic marksmanship, similar to a bow and arrow, just in the interest of sport. I do think that is very interesting. But again, just very specifically in the interest of sport, not in the interest of sport hunting. I don't care for the notion of hunting. I'm not a fan of that in general. I'm not a fan of like getting a really, really big fancy gun and shooting and murdering an elephant and being like, well, I'm awesome because I killed this elephant. Look how cool I am.
Because I killed that thing.
I had a gun that's designed specifically to kill things. I didn't go fight the elephant. I didn't outsmart the elephant. I had a tool that I paid money for, that I pulled a trigger and then the elephant died. Like, I get nothing out of that.
Yeah.
If my kids were interested in learning about guns, like, that's the thing. I don't want them to be like terrified of, I mean, obviously you should treat guns with a degree of fear and respect, right? Because they are items, like they are designed to cause pain.
I don't know that I would say fear, but definitely the respect.
Yeah, definitely need to have a healthy
the same way
respect.
you treat a knife.
Yeah.
Like,
you should have a healthy respect for guns. And if they were genuinely interested in learning how to use them safely, I'm not going to be thrilled about it, but I would much rather them learn to use them, learn to understand them safely than not. Yeah, I guess like I have no interest in personally being like, all right, it's time for you to learn how to use a gun, because I only learned how to use a gun because of Scouts, and that's not something my kids are involved in. Not for lack of trying. John tried out Scouts. It just didn't really work for him.
It just wasn't for him. Yeah.
Yeah, and Ellie said she wanted to do Girl Scouts, but she also did like 4 other activities, and that was the one that didn't make the cut because there's only so many hours in the day.
I don't know that they teach you to shoot in Girl Scouts.
No, they don't.
I don't know if they don't, but
I'm pretty sure they don't. I mean, maybe they do now in like general scouting, which is since it's not Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts specifically anymore in a lot of directions. But I don't like guns. I just don't. That's really where I'm at. I feel like I skipped some of the question there. There were
you got it all.
Questions in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and do you own any? I mean, I think your answer
obviously,
is pretty obvious.
I do not own any guns, and that's something that I tend to. I forget to ask because it's such a weird question to bring up. But when my kids are going to like sleep over somebody's house for the first time or something, I like to ask if there are I don't like to, but I ask if there are firearms in the house.
But it's a necessary question to ask.
It is.
Yeah. So I kind of like, I have a weirder relationship with guns because my most of the men in my family that came before me were either military or police. My father was a senior sergeant in the police force. My grandfather on my mother's side was a retired police chief. My Uncle Jim was a retired police chief. My grandfather was a World War II veteran. My step grandfather was a hunter. So like I grew up around guns in the house all the fucking time. Have I shot guns before? Absolutely. It's a lot of fun. The power of them is enticing, and I totally understand that. I've shot shotguns and rifles and handguns and all types of shit, and it's a blast. I do not own any. Right? You see what I did there?
It's a blast.
I don't own any. I never will own any weapons in my own home. And the reason for that is because I have never personally experienced either in my own immediate circle or, you know, like my larger friend group or like people I went to school with and like that sort of thing. Like my sphere of influence. It has been a net neutral at best. With a net negative at worst. There was a kid that I went to school with who was paralyzed from the waist down because he was showing off his father's gun to his friend and got shot in his back, severing his spinal cord. So he was paralyzed from a very young age. And my father, as we've talked about on the show a few times, but certainly not recently, ended his life with his own gun. And had my dad not been a police officer with access to weapons, I don't know that he would still be here today because he was very, very broken and manically depressed. Also an alcoholic, also bipolar, unmedicated. Like there were a lot of things going on with my father. Would his life have ended that day? I don't necessarily know if it would have, if it wouldn't have been so, easy is not the right word. but if it wouldn't have been an available solution to a temporary feeling that he was having in that moment. So no, there will never be firearms in my home. Also, I kind of fully believe, like, along the that line of thinking, if somebody breaks into my house while I am home, they're probably there for me, and a gun isn't really going to stop that. You know what I mean? Like, most criminals try to break into your home when you're not there. Because they don't want you, they want your stuff. And they're worried that you might have a gun, so they do it when you're not home. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's breaking into the house, like, if I need that kind of protection, something has gone wrong. As far as the last part of that question, will I teach my children how to handle firearms? They have never shown any interest for it. They have a very healthy respect. They know the story of my father. They know all of those things. They are very uninterested in learning about them. But if they had wanted to learn, yes, I would have tried to teach them how to handle them. But I just don't know that it's a thing that's ever going to come up in their lives, you know? So, not yet. But I would.
Yes, the
I'm not, like, so
thing,
afraid. Yeah.
I know that's something that gets brought up a lot by gun people. Oh, protection. If somebody breaks into my house, I should be able to shoot them. And that's always said to me, so you're looking for an excuse to kill
which
somebody.
Is an absurd.
There's nothing in my house.
It's an absurd notion.
Like, with the exception of the lives of my kids, there's nothing in my house that I would die for, right? Or that I would want to kill somebody for. And the whole good guy with a gun versus a bad guy with a gun thing, like...
also an absurd notion.
That...
Absolutely absurd.
I should not be given the power to decide who lives and dies. I don't know what's going on in any situation. So if I see something going on, I should not have access to make the unilateral decision that person should be shot. I don't think anybody should.
I think we should all carry swords. I think that's a way better system. You know? Everybody just walking around with a fucking katana on the hip. Like, all right, let's fucking do this, you know? It's a way better idea. Yeah, I don't know. I am very anti-gun. Certainly the way that it has been interpreted now. Anyway. This question, similar to that last one. Which Disney film remake was as good or better than the original? Very, very similar questions.
Flubber.
Oh, wow. That's actually a fucking good answer.
Thank you.
Shit. I hadn't even considered that. Oh, my God. So, like, oh, man. Because I don't want to just say Flubber, because you're absolutely right. What else have they remade that's actually ever been good? The Beauty and the Beast isn't
it doesn't quite reach good territory.
No, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's good. It's just not horrendous. All right, so I just looked it up. And, like, I don't know if I would count this. So, like, the original film, The Jungle Book, was remade as Disney's The Jungle... Like, Disney's The Jungle Book. And I think Disney's The Jungle Book is fucking great. But, like, I don't know if I...
That's not like a Disney remake.
That doesn't count,
yeah,
right?
That's Disney doing it for their first time kind of a thing. You know, some of their live action stuff that they've, like, taken a swing at, I don't know enough about it. I feel confident that I've seen the original at one point in my life, and the 2003 remake, but Disney has had several takes at Freaky Friday, the the original Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis and what's her name?
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan, there it is. Because I'm looking at Wikipedia. Apparently they did it once in 1976, and then they did another one in 1995 that I don't remember at all, but I think it was because it was a TV movie. Who's in this one?
Yeah.
Let's see. Starring Shelley Long and Gabby Hoffman. Wow. That's interesting.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. Looks terrible, too.
I like Shelley Long. But
yeah, ABC Family. Good times. But yeah, I mean, my main answer is Flubber. Flubber was pretty. Robin Williams' Flubber was pretty solid. And the original Flubber movie, what was that?
It's
what was
great.
The original one called? Was because it wasn't called Flubber.
No. Oh God, what the fuck was it? Now that you asked, I can't think of it.
The Absent-Minded Professor. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
So
I was getting there.
I think Flubber. I mean, Flubber's not a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination.
No,
but the Absent-Minded Professor.
Robin Williams was very rarely bad.
Yeah, and that was a pretty solid remake of Absent-Minded Professor. Good stuff.
Yeah, I would agree with that because the rest of them have been pretty fucking terrible.
God, Aladdin was bad.
Oh my God, I didn't even get through 10 minutes.
I did not enjoy that at all.
I feel like this question is written right for you. If I gave you a free cookie, told you it was chocolate chip, but then you bit in and found out it was raisin, what would you do?
Well, that would end our friendship.
Is that fuck? We found it. We found the thing that would end the friendship.
No, I'm just kidding. I'd be like, well, that was weird. Because I like raisin cookies, so I wouldn't really be.
I do too.
Upset.
A good fucking oatmeal raisin cookie,
yeah.
I wouldn't kick that shit out of bed.
Hell no.
And
I would be surprised.
Raisin cookie? Come on,
I'd be like, why would you do this? Like they would just, I would question your motives, but
yeah,
but
I'd be like,
well,
you're kind of a weird dick. Like that was a dick move in like a really weird way, but it's still a delicious cookie.
I'm not mad about it. I still have a cookie. Yeah, exactly. I still have a delicious cookie. I'm just eating raisins instead of chocolate chips, and that's okay. One's clearly better than the other, but what are you going to do?
Yeah. All right. This is a big question. What is the best film to come out in the past 5 years?
War of the Worlds. Wow, what is the best film to come out in the past 5 years? I don't know, but I've clearly not seen it. A lot of the best picture stuff, like Oppenheimer. I didn't see. I haven't seen a lot of dramas.
Sure. So Avengers Endgame was 6 years ago, so that's out. Because that was going to be my answer. But that's out. So, let's think. Let's see. What was the best fucking movie from the last 5 years?
So
we're talking 2020 on.
I mean, I'm looking at this list here on IMDb, and like, I haven't seen any of this shit. I didn't see Dune. I didn't see well, Joker was 2019, so that's not of the last 5 years. I also didn't see it, and probably wouldn't have agreed even if I did.
I thought that movie was fucking brilliant.
I have no idea. I can't even think of something I've seen in the last 5 years that I just absolutely loved. I mean, Superman was great. Is that the best film of the last 5 years? I don't know. That's kind of hard to say.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Just such a solid payoff. You know? Such a well fucking done movie. So, man. Spider-Man No Way Home is pretty high up there. What else? I'm also looking through a list right now. I really liked the Batman. I mean, actually,
I really liked
I
the
think
first
I know,
3/4 of the Batman, but you know,
Yeah.
I felt like it just kind of devolved into nonsense at the end there. So,
I mean, I think I
Right.
know the answer of like what I think the best movie. I don't know if it's the man, it's such a hard question. And I would really I would have to dig into it a little deeper. But for right now, I'm going to go with The Tragedy of Macbeth, directed by Joel Cohen, and starring Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand. I thought that was just fucking crazy good. Thought it was absolutely brilliant.
I mean, like the Wild Robot was really good.
I didn't see that.
I still don't know. There were still things about it that weren't like. I feel like it didn't stick the landing. So,
I really loved Nope. I thought that was really good. The Jordan Peele horror flick. I thought that was really good. I thought The Northman was really good. The Robert Eggers. I really like all of his movies. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. That was pretty
really
outstanding.
liking that, but like I don't feel like I haven't felt the desire to see it again. So I feel like that. Like I really enjoyed Roadhouse. Is it the best movie? Probably not. But boy, did I have a good time at it.
I feel like that would be like really, really terrible. If it was the best fucking good God.
Deadpool Wolverine was fun, but you know, best movie? I don't think so. Like If was fine. This is a tough one. I can't say. I'm sure there's something really obvious that I'm missing, but I feel like I've seen better TV than movies. Yeah, Wicked was better than I expected, but you know, that was really good.
I haven't seen that yet.
I
haven't seen Wicked.
Very, very impressed with Wicked, but also like, still not sure I would go so far as to say best of the last 5 years.
Yeah, like I
Super
didn't
Mario
see
Brothers.
Oppenheimer. I did not like Top Gun Maverick.
It was fine.
I thought Maverick sucked. I really, really did not like that movie at all. The Gentleman. Oh no, that was 2019. No, actually, I'm going to go with Poor Things. Yeah, Poor Things, and The Tragedy of Macbeth. Those would be my two. Poor Things is the Emma Stone, Mark Ruffalo, Willem Dafoe thing, where she is like sort of like a Frankenstein's monster kind of thing. But that movie was fucking crazy. I thought that movie was great.
Fast X.
Fast X. This question was also in there, and I do have an answer to this one, because, as you just said, what is the best film you feel like you've seen better TV? What is the best TV to come out in the past 5 years?
Oh boy, okay. That's tough. That's tough. Best TV of the last 5 years. Andor.
Yeah. So sell me on Andor, because I haven't watched it yet.
It is a shockingly effective take on Star Wars from a less mystical perspective. Like, obviously, it takes place in the world of Star Wars, but it is a character that does not have access to the Force or really interacts with anybody that has access to the Force. It is just about the formation of an actual resistance to an actual empire and what the cost of that would be, with some just outstanding writing, some extremely interesting positions, like, because look, I loved Rogue One, but Cassian Andor was never a character that I looked at and said, you know what I need is 2 seasons of TV about this guy.
Yeah.
And this show is not just about Cassian Andor, it's about the world around him, and there's just the formation of the resistance against the Empire and the rebellion, and what kind of, like, you think about a character like Mon Mothma, like, she was a senator, and then she's one of the main people in the resistance. But, like, okay, what's the story behind that? What would it actually cost a person to be a senator during a literal empirical takeover? And what would it take for them to then try to safely leave their family behind to keep them safe? Like, what does it actually take to be a part of an organized resistance, and how difficult is it to organize a resistance when there are multiple factions of it? Like, there's the super militant side of it, there's the side of it that wants to try to go through the official channels. Like, there's so much that can go wrong with that sort of thing. And when you think about the universe of Star Wars on, like, a very comic booky level, it definitely works. But when you think about it on like, well, what was the actual cost of getting here?
Right.
And not just from the resistance side of it, but also, like, how does an empire take control over so many different areas and convince people that they're the good guys? Because it's not like the Empire in Star Wars is like everybody hates the Empire. People
certainly.
Who are the resistance. Look at the world around you right now. Not everybody hates what's going on in the world right now. So how do they pull that trick off? You know, how does the Empire do what it's doing with and without everybody resisting at all times? It's just a fascinating study.
With the
of all
Emperor
that stuff.
Popping up there and being like, "Are you tired of winning?"
Exactly. So yeah, it's a fascinating take on all of that, but, you know, told through the lens of the world of Star Wars without feeling very particularly Star Warsy. And it's chock full of incredible performances, some really, 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 really good writing, and just some moments that I will absolutely never forget. The phrase "never more than 12" will be burned into my head forever.
Okay.
I'm like of the most crazy shit like ever I've seen in Star Wars, of like, you know, I am your father, like anything that Yoda says about it, you know, I can't teach him, when you find out that's who Yoda is. Like, never more than 12 is one of those lines that's just always going to stick with me. Like, shit, all right, let's do this. God damn, Andor was good.
I will get to it at some point. I have 2
of the last 5 years. Of the last 5 years.
Of the last 5 years, I have 2 that are tied, and I
Ted
legitimately
Lasso.
Can't decide. That I was Ted Lasso's one.
Ted Lasso, without a doubt. I just realized that started on 2020, so that makes the cutoff.
Yeah,
I have rewatched that show at least 4 times. It's fucking masterpiece.
Fucking brilliant.
One of the best
things. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, love that show to death.
And it has one of the for my money, one of I think the greatest, legitimately greatest scenes ever filmed is the dart game between Ted and Rupert.
Oh my god! Oh,
it is.
As soon as you started saying best scenes, I was like, That's got to be the one he's talking
that's
about.
The
there are
one.
a few, but like, Jesus Christ, that scene.
But that one is so
it's so good,
fucking perfect. That show, I'm so nervous for it to be coming back. I trust
am as well. Same. I trust,
but I'm very nervous that. So Ted Lasso's one. Mm-hmm. The other one is Severance. That show is so imaginative and creative and interesting, and speaks to so much of what is going on, I think, in the world now. It's very topical, but also very timeless. in the way it is telling its story of the disconnected nature we feel between ourselves and our work, and the price that we pay for those things, the abuse of corporate power, and the just the worshiping of oligarchs and money and people in power as if that makes them worthy of your love and appreciation. There's so much in that show that I find just so unbelievably fascinating. Not to mention the fact that it is incredibly well acted, incredibly well directed. It is beautiful and stark and just all of those things that you're like, fuck, this is what TV can be? Holy shit. You know, and I understand that Severance is not a show for everybody, because I have recommended Severance to a number of people, and some people have been like, this show's just not for me. And then other people have been like, this show's not for me because I don't fucking get it. I just don't fucking get it. I don't get it. And like, I totally understand that. But for my money, just one of the finest pieces of television I've ever seen.
I can get behind that. I started Severance. We didn't keep going with it. I think just
it's
because
heavy.
We tend to not watch as much heavy stuff.
Yeah. It's not fun. You know, like, it's not a show that you're like, I want to enjoy myself, I'm going to put Severance on.
So I was very interested to keep watching it, and I hope that I hope to eventually. I want to give an honorable mention to Star Trek Strange New Worlds for just being marvelous. Like, I can't say for sure it's one of the best TV shows of the last 5 years, but it's one of the ones that I've enjoyed the most. I don't know that it started in the last 5 years, but another one that I will say, I cannot say with a degree of certainty that it is a quote unquote best show of the last 5 years, but another one that it premiered in 2022 and I've rewatched it 3 times. Shorzy.
I know you love some Shorzy. I know you are a fan.
I know that show is very silly.
Sure.
Letterkenny is amazing. I fell absolutely in love with Letterkenny. I didn't expect to like Shorzy as much as I did. In fact, when I started watching it, I was like, well, it's not as good as Letterkenny, but, it'll do. But, God, this show gets there. It really does. And because on the surface, it's this extremely crass comedy, but just underneath the surface, it's a show about love. It's a show about loving the people around you, loving what you do, and coming to grips with who you are as you become older, even if you might actually kind of be a complete piece of shit. It's a fascinating, fascinating show that has some of my absolute favorite lines and moments in it that just wreck my heart every time I watch it. It's such a wonderful show. Love it with every single fiber of my being.
I would give honorable mention to The Boys. That show's just fucking great.
That show is just fucking
it's
great.
just great. It's just fucking great. It's just great. It does a lot of it. It's saying a lot of important things. Sure. But like at the end of the day, it's just fucking great.
Strange New World started in 2022. It's fucking tragic that show's over already. Although I think there might be one more season. I can't remember. But either way, that show's wonderful. Just wonderful. The Boys. When did that start? 2019. Misses the cutoff. But you're not wrong. I adore that show.
Yeah. Love it. All right. Next question. Kind of sticking around this same kind of genre. What piece of media have you rewatched the most? A specific video, movie, or TV episode?
Have I rewatched the most?
Yeah.
Boy, at this point, it's probably pretty close, but I mean, the original Star Wars trilogy, but either that or Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
No shit.
I just play that constantly. It is legit some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. I'm currently in the midst of a rewatch of it right now. I'm casually rewatching Modern Family, which I haven't touched in a long time, but I'm kind of remembering why I enjoyed that show in the first place. But it's not what I'm always in the mood for. But I've been rewatching Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and I just got to the Cell Saga, and there's so many fucking great moments in that. The deliveries on some of these characters' deliveries, especially when they hit the Cell Saga, were so fucking good. Like their characterization of Vegeta as somebody who believes his own hype so thoroughly, and just the horrible things that he says. Oh my god, fucking the entire way they handle Goku not taking his medicine because it's grape flavor. Every piece of the delivery is so fucking brilliant. Oh my god! Because I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan to begin with, and my elevator pitch of Dragon Ball Z in general is that it's a great story told really poorly. Like
I would agree with that.
There's so much that's hard to get through in the original Dragon Ball Z, especially in the first couple of seasons. And I like filler, generally speaking, but there are some episodes that are just like pulling teeth in the early seasons of Dragon Ball Z. And Abridged starts off so fucking rough, but once they really get their feet under them, it's so goddamn funny. And it's tragic that there are some really unfortunate jokes early on, like there are some gay jokes, because when that came on, that was socially acceptable. There are tons of TV shows during that era where that was, because that was socially acceptable at the time. It just was. Yeah. And it's unfortunate because it never should have been, but that was what comedy was. That was network TV shows, did gay jokes all the time. Like, that's just where we were as a society. So that stuff's kind of unfortunate when it comes up. But other than that, but in its proper context, exactly. There's some context.
It is what it is.
When you watch the first episode of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, they're talking about Facebook, like, MySpace, talking about their MySpace pages. Like, oh my god,
yeah, like that was a while ago.
Yeah,
that was a while ago, and things certainly change a lot faster now than they did.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, no, I've probably rewatched that way more times than any human should. I
feel that way about mine because mine is The Crow.
Ooh.
Without question. I have seen that movie more than any other movie. And I love it as much now as I did the very first time I saw it. I have never gotten sick of it. I will never get sick of it. I think that movie is perfect. Especially, it's an incredible achievement considering the circumstances around which that movie had to be finished. I still find it to be an absolutely perfect film. I do not think there's anything wrong with that movie.
But there was a point in my life where I watched it several times a week. Same with the original Ninja Turtles. Like, that's got to be up there. The original Ninja Turtles, I've seen it so many times. But when I think about, like, at least in recent years of streaming, where I just like put something on my phone to run in the background. Probably Star Wars, Dragon Ball Abridged. It's probably
what is your favorite thing that Stone Age Gamer sells, and what do you wish Stone Age Gamer sold that they don't?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. All right, the thing that tickles me the most, and this is the dumbest thing, but of all the things that we sell at Stone Age Gamer that just tickles me, are these bullshit fake stereo AV cables for NES.
Okay.
Like dirt cheap. They're not high quality cables, but it's yellow and red on one end, and they just split the red into white and red on the other end, so it simulates stereo when you plug into your AV cables. It's so dumb, but it just tickles the shit out of me. That and the HDMI to AV adapter.
I think is my favorite thing, because why the fuck would you do that?
It's fascinating because you can play because then you can take your Switch and you can play Donut Dodo on a fucking CRT. Like it's amazing.
Why?
Why not? Because it's crazy. It's so
That's
silly.
the dumbest fucking thing. I love
God,
it.
I love it.
I love that is there.
Super cool. Yeah. Yeah, I really like absurd things like that. I'm a big fan of like we don't carry it anymore because we got a lot of defective units, and it became hard to keep non-defective units in stock, especially because of how many things can go wrong. But we had a CDI Bluetooth adapter, like so you can use modern Bluetooth controllers on your CDI. Fucking brilliant.
You could.
Absolutely amazing that technology exists, but there's so much that can go. There's so many variables with the CDI that it's so difficult to make something like that universally work. So that's kind of a tragedy. God, I'm sure there are other things that I'm forgetting because we have so many products. Products that I wish we carried. It's kind of less products that I wished we carried and more like products that I wished existed. If I'm trying,
that's fair.
You know, but I'm really drawing a blank on. I know I've had different ideas for things that just don't exist.
I mean, I know what mine is.
What's that?
That I wish we carried. I legitimately wish that we had a Stone Age Gamer podcast shirt.
Oh, yeah, that would be lovely.
Not because I want, like, profits from it or, like, I just wish we sold that. I wish we had some merch for this show because I feel like we would sell some of it. I don't think we would sell a ton, but I think we would sell some, and I wish we had that.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that too.
Yeah. I don't know if that necessarily falls within the spirit of the question.
True.
I think within the spirit of the question, what I think I would like to see us do is carry some more things that cater to the non-authentic emulation scene. So some of the things like... and probably just because it's been on my mind and I haven't picked up my mini PC yet, which I think, like I said, I think I am definitely going to go with a Mac Mini. But things like that, like a mini PC, not something loaded with ROMs and that sort of stuff, but like if you wanted to make a PC emulation thing, there are a lot of really cool products that are out in the world currently. And I would like to see us carry some of that sort of stuff. Just to kind of cater to a bigger audience, you know?
All right, I actually do have a couple of things here. One of them, the Saru. It's basically a flash cart for the Saturn. It's something that we've been figuring out how to carry. I'm sad that we haven't gotten there yet, but that's definitely something that I wish we carried. I had an idea for a product line that never came to fruition that I thought was a really good idea, but it was just kind of outside of the scope of what the company handles. I wanted to design a series of shelving units specifically for video game collections. I thought that would be a really neat thing to do, to have, like, you know, because there's lots of bookshelves and stuff that exist that you can get, that you can make work for what you're trying to do. But I thought it would be really cool to have sets of shelving that were specifically designed. Like, this is a set of shelving that will hold your Sega Master System, like, because we know how wide a Master System is. So we're going to make something that has a shelf that's specifically wide enough for a Master System, and they would be modular. So that, like, you could determine which systems you have, which systems you want, which games would go on which shelves, what kind of, like, here's a basic shelf, but then there's these inserts you can put in a shelf that these will make Genesis games fit flush against the edge of the shelf.
Right.
Or this is something that can have cartridges stand straight up, or you can line up Game Boys or other handheld platforms, whatever the fuck, and make these little modular inserts for specific shelving units that would display things properly and look nice.
Right. This is the thing for the Billy bookcase. Right, because I think the Billy is still like kind of the ubiquitous choice for a lot of people. Yeah. But you have a Billy bookcase, and now you buy this 3D printed or manufactured, whatever the case, and this is going to sit all of your games flush with like a ½ inch or a quarter of an inch, whatever, gap to make everything look nice. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's something that I really wanted to do, and that never really came to be. That was my pie in the sky plan.
Ryan doesn't want a bigger yacht. He apparently just wants a big yacht, because that's a good idea. Oh, shit. Here's a good one. Who will live longer, Kris or Dan? And do you have a eulogy written up for the other party? So I don't have a eulogy written up for you. But I think right now the fucking only correct answer is that you're going to live longer because you work out more than I do and have not had cancer yet. So, and I don't know that I should put the qualifier yet on there, but that just seems to be the way the world goes.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's you.
I think you've built up a tolerance to life. I think I'm going to... I think
I certainly
the cancer
have
has
lived
only
one.
made you stronger, so I think that...
God, I hope so.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go first, but it's not going to be because of a health thing. It's going to be like, an asteroid's going to fall on my head, like something completely freak. That's like I'll take a visit to New York City, and somebody will have dropped a penny off the Empire State Building that'll reach terminal velocity by the time it hits my head. Yeah. It's going to be something, and you
just
ridiculous.
Explode.
Yeah, there's going to be a drive.
God, that would
shooting.
Be awesome. Jesus. Well, don't spend a lot of time in Pleasantville. Like,
stray bullet,
fucking decrease some of the chances.
It's just going to
that.
Fly through the house and just kill me. Like,
oh God,
my house is going to collapse. There's going to be a tree that falls on my head. Like, just some sort of freak accident is going to take me out. It's going to be tragic.
Certainly possible.
Yeah,
lovely. Love that answer. What is the best nut? Not sexual, you filthy animals.
Cashew.
Macadamia. Love a macadamia nut. Do love a cashew, though.
Yeah.
Also, big fan of pistachios. I love nuts in my mouth.
Who doesn't?
Yep.
Who doesn't?
Yep. I say these things forgetting that we do not then play drops like the following week. But yeah, I love nuts in my mouth. What game opinion have you changed the most on over time?
I mean, probably the biggest change I ever went through was becoming a multi-platform gamer. When I was a kid, I was like, Nintendo, Sega sucks, Nintendo console warrior, and then just giving up on console wars and being like, nah, man, games. That's probably the biggest one. A lot of my gaming tastes haven't changed a ton over the years. It's just like the industry's kind of looped back around to making the games that I like again. So,
right. I think probably where I've had the most growth, opinion-wise, is giving a shit what other people play. Insofar as I think you should, like, I think you're stupid because you only play Madden and Call of Duty. Like, right. What has changed over time is that I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like, if you're having a good time, like, go nuts, man. I think it's sad that you don't experience other forms of joy in this medium. But I don't care anymore. Like, that's cool. Do you, man. Live the dream. Whereas back in the day, I would somewhat look down my nose, at people who only buy Call of Duty, which is silly. And also, Fortnite's okay. Maybe that's where the most growth has been. I don't care that Fortnite exists anymore. It's fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Which animal do you hate?
Which
is
animal
a great question.
Do you
hate? I hate deer. I hate deer.
Mosquitoes.
They're stupid. I don't know. Mosquitoes are fine. They always eat Tiff, not me. I don't know why that's the case, but like we could be outside and I will get like a mosquito bite and she will look like she has a fucking pox. It's absurd. Like, all right, that's fine. But no, I hate deer. They're dumb. And they really do nothing other than cause damage. You would think as a species you would have learned over time to stop running into the fucking road. They're crazy destructive. A lot of this has to do with the fact that I fucking hit one. And it was one of the scariest things that has ever happened to me. Also the fact that he didn't stop and give me his insurance information. He just ran away like a fucking asshole. He just made me late for shit. Fucking prick. I hope he died in the woods. I hate them.
Yeah, they're basically giant rats.
They're the fucking worst. They're just the worst. Like, they're pretty, sure, but like, so is a sunset. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Do you think, this is an interesting question to me personally. Do you think or know if you're autistic?
I do not think that I am. I do not know that I am. I guess I don't know that I'm not, but I don't think that I am. I am on some degree of a spectrum, maybe, but
right.
If I am, it hasn't been enough to truly hinder my life in any way, shape, or form. So, no, I don't think so.
So I don't think I am either. My family seems to think that I am in some way, shape, or form. They are all autistic. Both of the kids are diagnosed autistic. Tiff she's definitely got the tism. It definitely it didn't miss her. She's got some shit. Like, I think with me, like, it might have nicked me somewhere along the way, I got a little bit of it, but I don't know. They definitely think I am. I've never been tested. I do think you're right, Chris, in that all of us, like, if we were to take some sort of test, I think we would all find ourselves on some sort of spectrum, just by the nature of the fact of, like, the obsessive nature that we have with this hobby that we find ourselves in, would put us kind of somewhere along that spectrum. But yeah, I don't know for sure. My kids definitely think I am, though. And they like to throw it in my face. They're like, well, you're the least autistic of all of us. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? That's not like a valid argument winner, you fucking assholes.
Yeah, I mean, John's definitely in that spectrum. Like, he's diagnosed with degrees of ADHD and such. But, no. I'm sure there's a touch of it in there. But,
yeah,
I'm good.
It nicked you too. I think it nicked all of us, Yeah,
everybody's got something.
A little shrapnel. All right, how many more of these you want to do?
I mean, it's 10
I
o'clock.
got it, because I keep going. What's the best bird?
Larry.
Nope, that's it. We're done. I was going to say big, but I think Larry's a better answer. That's it. Doesn't get better than that.
Fuck me. I don't know. No, I really don't know. I'm sorry. Parakeet. Shit about birds.
I like a good condor. They're majestic. Their wingspan is gigantic. I'm a fan of crows. I like the fact that crows want to be friends with us. I think that's fucking cool. Like, that's really fun. I want desperately to be friends with a crow. Magpies are really cool because they're just distracted by shiny shit. But no, like the actual, like honestly, truly, the best bird was goose. Whatever, I don't even know. I think she was like a starling or whatever the fuck she was, like just a common house sparrow. Whatever outdoor bird she was, we saved her and moved her into my house, and that bird fucking touched my life in such a profound way. I miss that. I'm about to fucking tear up just talking about that bird. I loved that bird so fucking much, man. That bird was so fucking cool. I just loved her to bitty pieces. And I have Angie did a little sketch for me of Sleepwalker, knowing my love for Sleepwalker, right? But she drew, as a little bonus, she drew Goose on Sleepwalker's arm, like just kind of sitting there, and it hangs directly over my computer, and I look at it every day. It makes me so fucking happy when I just look at that picture. I know that's not in the spirit of this question. What's the best bird? Like, it's a condor or a raven or a crow, whatever the fuck. Goose is the best bird, was the best bird, and there will never be another bird as cool or better than her.
Okay, fair enough.
I said what I said.
And I said what
and
I
that's
meant.
it.
An elephant's faithful.
This is
100%.
This is the least filthy that we've ever gotten.
It started off
fucking SAG bag
with lots of pee holes.
I mean, it did so. That's fair. It started off with cockhole, and we've gotten much more tame from there. But that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm happy with where we've landed. So
I think
that's
it's been a wonderful show.
I agree, and you've been wonderful too.
That's
Where
right.
did my script go? I closed it. Why did I do that?
I don't know. Because you're drunk.
I am
with power.
I'm drunk with power. The power to not sleep at night. What the fuck are we doing next week? Let's see. Let me look at the calendar.
SAG Bag 2.0. We'll get to the rest of the questions. Keep them coming.
Really doing that? Oh, right. We were doing the 10, 20, 30, 40 early because we were going to do a Halloween special. Because Halloween's on Friday this year. So there we go. So that's it. That's our show. Join us next time for an early edition of the 10, 20, 30, 40 again, because the last episode of the month is going to be airing on Halloween. So we've got to do some sort of Halloween special. What does that mean? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
We haven't played that far yet.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll get there.
We are on most
away.
social media. Yeah, seriously. That's like a lifetime. We're on most social media platforms. If you want to get in touch with us, we aren't very difficult to find. All it takes is a quick look at our show notes, and you'll see links to our social media accounts, as well as all manner of other fun stuff, like a link to our namesake, StoneAgeGamer.com, and more useful links than you can shake a joystick at. If you'd like to get early access to this show's episodes, as well as a bevy of other shows in the Geekade Podcast Network, check out our Patreon. Also linked to the show notes. It helps keep the show running week after week, and all our patrons are loved and appreciated. This show's theme song, Growth Roots, was written by banjo guy Ollie. You can learn all about his wonderful music and more by following the link to his YouTube channel, also in the show notes. And finally, as always, we'd like to thank our intrepid editor, Evan, for making the show listenable for all you folks. We'd like to thank all you folks for listening in the first place. That is it. On behalf of Dan and myself, keep playing games.